about Kieran here, who's meant to be racist.
No,
Um.
no one's racist in here. Please.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Say no more. Say no more.
No. You know,
Oh, Nick
Avran,
wants us to say racist things?
since I need to say no more, why don't you remind me what happened last time?
Well, we all met up in the starting town, which is called Mattermeadow, which is a very nice place, and we all became instantly best friends upon first sight, which is the way things be. And then we fought a big fish, which nearly bit my leg off. And then we ran off to find McDonald's sheep, and we chased a small child into the basement where there were a bunch of weird demon things. So we killed all of them.
Including the small child?
Not yet, but it's on my itinerary.
Okay, well, we'll pick up from there then.
I need to get my music playlist.
You guys have just killed the last demon thing that was looking around invisible. You are now free to explore this little cave thing here.
Ugh, now what was that? And where's the child gone that led us down here?
Maybe still in the corner.
Is this him down here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But who's that guy is more of a question.
This guy, even though it doesn't look like it, he's sort of like strung up with a rope, but like it's just his hands are tied and bound. He seems to be unconscious.
Okay, first things first, I will approach and cut him down gently.
No, don't do that.
Don't cut him down.
He's bound and unconscious. Why would you do that?
I don't mean kill him, I mean cut the ropes.
You release him from his bonds, and he falls gently into your arms.
Moro, you're a healer. Maybe you can look after him.
Yes, healer.
What
Well,
about the sheep?
I mean only to say that you have the ability to heal, while I do not.
Yes, heal. I'd like to use a cure wounds on him.
You use cure wounds, and any possible internal injury he may have clears up, and he slowly opens his eyes.
Yay.
Who are you?
How old is this person?
He looks to be somewhere between 17 to 20.
Ugh, who are we? Who are you? And what are you doing down here?
I asked you first.
Yes, but we freed you, so we'll be asking the questions.
Roll intimidation?
Oh yeah! Intimidation is my highest. There we go. I pressed it, but it's not done anything yet.
Oh.
Let's see how easy you can intimidate a small child. Aren't you poisoned as well, or diseased?
If we kill the thing, does the poison go away?
I think you're still poisoned or / diseased.
I'm
I'll
also
read-
supposed to make a save at the end of each turn.
I think you make a save at the start of each day. Let me just double check it.
There
Day?
it is.
Oh my god.
Well, poisoned this way. The target sports festering boils, coughs up flies, sheds rotting skin.
Oh my
The
god.
target must repeat a saving throw after every 24 hours At a lapse.
What the hell did I get poisoned with?
His tail.
Ew, disgusting.
Yeah, you wiped his ass with that thing.
You don't look great.
Never mind. Someone else can interrogate this guy.
I'm sure I'll tell you, just don't touch me. I am... my name is Andarian. I'm here for a ritual. That's what you wanted to know, right?
I suddenly care very much less upon looking at my disgusting boily skin.
Yeah, don't go over there, please. I don't want you to pop a boil on me. Oh, you're
I'm
really
gonna find
going
a
over there.
nice quiet corner of the cave to inspect my disgusting disease.
Roll medicine. You are
Oof.
diseased.
Mm-hmm. I
And you
certainly am.
think that you got this. The disease seems to stem from the puncture wounds that you got when you were fighting the demon earlier. Back to Andarian. What's wrong with her? She looks gross.
I haven't noticed the difference personally.
Does she always look like that way?
Not really.
I met her like yesterday, so.
It's kind of disgusting.
I know.
Anyway, if it's okay, I sort of want to go home now. So I'll be on my way.
Wait just a moment. You said you're here for the ritual, but why?
What ritual?
What's
But
that demon thing?
I don't know. I was told by the man who gave me the instructions on how to do this that it would summon a devil and we could get some power. But then that thing popped out and it didn't really want to have a conversation about any deals. It just sort of grabbed Larry over there and, well, made some changes to the circle.
What kind of changes?
Well, I did the big circle in the middle. It took us quite a few tries to do it, and it can only be done during a full moon. But it drew the littler circles on the outside of it, using Larry's blood. Ugh.
And who tied you up?
The littler circles helped summon those small green things, and they tied me up.
And you didn't think that making deals with the devil is not a good idea?
Well, I'm not very strong, and I wanted to be
wise.
stronger. I wanted to be like my dad, use one of the guards, and it didn't work out.
Maybe you need a new hobby.
This isn't a hobby, it was meant to be a one and done kind of thing.
And yet you took multiple moons.
We couldn't get the circle right.
Have you considered converting to a Vulcan?
Is that the Smith god?
Exactly, you've heard of him already. Perfect. Through Vulcan, anything is possible. Anything at all.
I'm not much of a smith. I want to be a warrior, like my dad. So maybe is there a warrior god?
I'd like to bring out a pamphlet of the gods and hand it to him, for him to peruse and choose at his leisure.
God brochure.
Why is this Baal god at the top.
We don't talk about Bale.
God of murder and torture. Is that
Nothing like
what
that.
you're into?
Is it what you're into?
Not particularly.
Then you can ignore him and move on.
Oh,
Swiftly and quickly.
I don't know the first thing about praying, so... Well, if there's nothing else, I should really get back home, and I should probably take Larry back to his family.
Oh,
You should
I
maybe
don't
also-
think so. You summoned this creature with the circles?
Yeah, it wasn't intended, but yeah.
This creature that has now poisoned me with some horrific disease?
I don't see what you're trying to get at.
The point I'm trying to make is that you're not going anywhere until I'm cured.
Oh,
Well, if you give me a night, I'll cure you up because I really don't want to sit near that.
Sit near it. I don't want to live with this. Look, I'm leaking.
I think you also have to give the farm a new sheep. You owe some sheeps.
how am I supposed to listen? The sheep's Greg's deal. That's all on Greg. He said that his dad wouldn't notice a few missing sheep.
Well, clearly he was wrong.
And you're lucky that he did pay attention. Else we wouldn't be here right now.
Look, I am grateful that you saved me and killed the thing, but I need to get home.
Moro, are you sure you can fix me up?
95%.
Fine. In that case, I've got no need for the little runt.
Where does he live? Where do you live?
Mattermeadow.
Yeah, but what address, just in case we can't fix him?
I live near the waterfront.
Okay, we'll find you if we need you.
Well, if you really need me, then my dad's one of the guards, so he can point you in the right direction, maybe.
What's
Never
his name?
mind.
My dad's name is Gregorius.
Look, in any case, I hope this serves as a valuable lesson that you shouldn't meddle with things you don't understand.
I thought I did understand it. The man who taught me how to do this seemed sketchy, but I was tricked.
Oh, and who taught you how to do this?
I said too much.
And you'll say a little bit more if you know what's good for you.
Roll intimidation.
Bonk. Whoop.
What are
Oh
you,
no!
What are you going to do to me, You're all sick. I bet you can't even lift that sword anymore.
I'd like to reach a diseased hand towards him.
Don't touch me! Oh, God!
Careful, it might be contagious.
I hope not.
Now, I'll ask you again. Who was this man?
Look, there was a hooded guy that the guards brought in one week ago. Well, not even a week ago. It was a while ago, look, okay? It was a while ago. I don't exactly know when, but I was visiting my dad at work, and he was some cult fellow in the jail cell, and he said that I could get stronger if I summoned a devil and made a deal. I wouldn't need to bet anything important, just like a I don't know, like a hare is what he said or something.
A hare?
Yeah.
This is nothing like anything I've heard of before. Fine, fine, fine. I believe you. I'll step away from him.
Oh, what is that cat dog axolotl thing?
He's my friend. And if you know what's good for you, you should probably not go near him.
I wasn't planning it. Is it alright when I get home now?
Well, you have my blessing, but you'd better ask the others as well.
I suppose.
You should probably work harder if you want to get stronger like your dad, instead of summoning weird stuff from cult people.
I know that now, but before it doesn't matter. I'll just go. He grabs the deceased Larry and runs off into the night. Greg is still standing there by the sheep.
The sheep alive?
No.
Damn. Poor sheep. He will be remembered.
Just wait till I get true resurrection. And that sheep.
What about this child back here?
That's Greg.
That's the son of the farmer.
Oh, that's Greg.
There's not a lot of tiefling children icons out there, okay?
Just give him a tail and give him a big sign on his head that says evil.
Wow. There, he's green.
Oh, he's diseased now as well.
So mean.
And you? What do you have to say for yourself?
Look, I just wanted to be strong too.
Well, it's not up to us anymore. How do you think your dad's gonna think about this?
Oh, please don't tell him.
You're gonna tell him.
What? I can't tell him.
This isn't stealing or poking chickens for fun. This is demon summoning. Are you mad?
Look, he'd said that it was gonna work. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
I suppose in a nice, quiet, safe country like this one, you wouldn't be used to these horrible things. But mark me, where I'm from, they would have eaten you alive.
I don't want to
I have
be
a
eaten.
question.
You had a question?
You said this is from your farm, but you're from Mattermeadow?
Perhaps.
I don't remember Mattermeadow being that dangerous.
Never mind. Should we go and tell the farmer?
Probably. You should know what his son's up to.
I think we should let the son do the first step, and if he doesn't, we tell him.
Excellent idea. So, if you'd like to lead the way,
Oh, jeez.
come on, it'll be for your own good as well.
Can't believe he's making him snitch on himself. Not cool.
But sir, if no one reported crimes, the justice system would collapse.
Wow. He apprehensively leads you back to the family villa.
Oh my god, they have a villa. New plan, we kill the farmer and take his land.
No.
Good plan.
No.
And goes to confront his father. Dad? Or Greg? You You're done with whatever you're up to out there? Oh, Moro, you're back! You didn't use the loo. It's weird. You know, we do have a toilet. We don't shit in the woods like animals.
But it was a false alarm and everything was fine.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, Greg, what do you want? I was in the barn. Oh yeah. Then what? I made a mistake. Yeah. Well, what did you break? I didn't break anything. Alright. Well, nothing can be that bad then. If nothing's broken, can't be that bad. The sheep that were going missing were my fault. What, were you accidentally letting them out at night and they ran off? No. I yeah, they got out. They got out.
Kid, tell him the truth.
That is the truth.
And you're gonna feel better when you let it out.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh god, it's a +0.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't even click on it.
Yeah.
It already knows you're going to fail. It's not even going to let you roll.
Did it click?
Yeah.
You're feeling pretty persuasive, it looks like.
Oh, Dad, me and my mates, one of my mates said they had a plan to quickly make us strong, so that the boys in town wouldn't look down on us anymore. So I went along with it, and he said that all we needed was some blood, like a lot of blood. So I said, well, I've got so many sheep, I don't know what to do with them. So we used the sheep, and something bad happened. And a monster appeared and attacked us. And these people helped me. A monster, you say? Why? You alright? Yeah. They didn't hurt you, did they? No. Not yet. I think they might have. Or
Wait, what?
head inside. And I'll talk to you later. Greg goes inside. And the farmer, MacDonald, looks at you lot. You want to go into a bit more detail then?
Well, it's not a very long story, to be honest. One of your son's friends tried to summon a demon below your barn. Or rather, succeeded.
I mean, he said it kind of backfired. That this monster was not the demon he wanted to summon.
That's a small difference. I mean, summoning a demon is summoning a demon. I've no idea what was going through the child's mind.
You're telling me a kid knows how to summon a demon? Or whatever that was.
Supposedly he had help from someone back in Mattermeadow.
Right.
In any case, I'm hoping that it is now no longer your concern, and I will take it back to the guild, see what they have to think about it.
Yeah. Well, the guild's holding on to the money. That's what you're here for, too. So,
Aye,
Thanks.
that means our business is concluded.
hold on, let me give you a note saying you've done it.
Ah, of course, I always forget.
He goes and scribbles his signature down. All right, there you go. I'm gonna have a word with my boy.
As is only right.
I hope you. Well, thanks.
Oh, don't mention it. You just have a great time now.
All right, it's real late, so we got rooms in the guest house if you need.
I'll look at the others.
Traveling at night is never a good idea.
Too true.
I kind of like the night, but I'll stay here if you want.
Aye, I think it's best we travel again in the morning. We'll take those rooms if you're offering.
I am. I'd appreciate it. Have breakfast too. Sod me.
Ooh. Yes, please.
All right.
Gray, any thoughts?
No, I agree that traveling at night's probably not the best idea. Do you have anything that might treat severe illness or poisons, sir?
We usually go into town for medicine and all that, but otherwise, I maybe got some herbs you could rub on whatever.
That would be useful. Do you know where in town you go to get medicine?
Or where in town? Oh, let me scratch my noggin. There's a herbalist near the windmill. You could try there.
Alright, we'll try there. Hopefully find something to help our friend not look so uncomfortable over there.
Oh, let me get a good look at. Oh, nice! Oh, God! Dare lay out the older sheets in the guest bedrooms.
No need. I will be sleeping in my wolfskin like I always do.
Do you wash it?
That depends on your definition of wash.
Is it sanitary?
There's no more.
I'm gonna take the opposite corner then.
I don't need to wash it by hand. I have some minor magics at my disposal. This thing would be a nightmare otherwise, and definitely infested with fleas.
Alright, you all settle down for the night, getting good night's rest in each of your own beds. And in the morning, you wake up to a nice farmer's breakfast
Oh, yum yum.
of eggs, juice of a indescribable fruit, and the good bread.
Oh, yes, the good bread.
And a slice of bacon for everyone.
Ooh.
Nice.
Now this is a feast for a king. See, this is what the adventurer's life is all about, my fellow traveling companions.
You notice that Greg isn't at the table. But
Oh.
otherwise, everyone else is just enjoying their day or enjoying their breakfast.
So, where's the child? Greg, his name was.
Or it's being punished.
Oh, I hope you're not treating him too harshly now.
Nor breakfast is the least of his concerns.
Absolutely. If that's all it is, perhaps you're letting him off too lightly.
Oh no, that's not all it is. He's still soothing the tanning I gave him on his hide. So
Oof. Very well, I needn't ask any more.
well, will you be offing soon? Not that I want you to go, I'm just wondering.
Yes, we shall. Are you ready? I'll look at everyone else.
Ready as well, Abby.
Yeah,
Before
Gray's
we
patting
leave,
his stomach, and he's good.
I want to fix Sigurd before we leave. Because I don't want to sit near that.
I've barely got any exposed skin anyway.
Well, that's fine, because you're barfing up flags. So I'd like to
That is-
try this on her.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll do it.
Way!
Okay, ready.
So good. Do you
That
feel much
feels-
better?
Amazing. Gods, where have you been all my life?
For reasons I can't answer that.
Shall we get that going then?
Sure.
Yes. Now, are we heading east for the bandits or back to town?
Isn't the bandits further away? How many
Quite
days?
far, I'm afraid.
I sadly do have to go back to the city at one point. I think we were only staying in the city for a week. And I didn't particularly say that I'm leaving.
Ah, of course. In that case, I'm happy to head back.
Hey, why not?
All right, let's not waste a second. And, I suppose we are heading in that direction.
You make the 3 or 4 hour journey back into Mattermeadow. And I'll move you on there.
Look at us.
Oh, wow.
Shove you back over here.
Poor Temp. Grey is still Temp.
He's Gray, though.
When are we gonna get Temp Grey out of the way and get Real Grey?
Oh, and I have less real life work to do.
Ah, real life, my least favorite thing.
But I like Temp Grey.
Pretty Temp.
They look like they're sweating profusely, because they are.
I'm just so happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you.
So, first stop, Guildhall.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Whee! I'm gonna head straight on in.
As you're
Who's-
heading in, a distinguished looking figure is heading out.
Distinguish in what way?
He has blonde hair, emerald robes, black and green eyes, 2 small horns sticking out of his head. He looks
Not
down
so-
on you. Ah. Dewdrop. You're here.
Yes! Hi. Sorry about that.
Do tell me next time you're planning on an overnight stay.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then stuff came up and I kind of forgot.
I see. I'm sure you'll tell me about it later. I put up a thing. What do you guys call it? A request. That's it.
Oh?
On the board.
We can definitely check it out later. But I will, this time I'm gonna inform you when I leave.
Sure. He goes back off to his abode on the ship.
What on earth was all that about?
Oh, I'm with him. We entered the city together.
Oh,
That
like
looks like a
with?
Like what?
You know, like together.
No, not that kind of together. I'm one of his many bodyguards.
Ah, I see.
But he
You'll
lets
be-
me off the leash.
You'll be heading
Oh.
off again soon, then, I take it.
I think, yeah. I mean, we only. He said that we're only gonna stay in the city for a week or so. But what we just found here is also very intriguing, and I find it very. Like it needs some attention. You know?
Yep.
Yes.
Anyway, where you wanna go in?
Of course, we have some money to collect. And something to take a look at by the sounds of it. Who's on till today?
Oh, let me see who's next on the list on the rota. Today it is Philintil, a middle-aged elven woman with dark blonde hair.
Ooh, Philintel. We took care of that little McDonald's sheep problem that was on the board.
E-I-E-I-O.
Oh, did you?
E-I-E-I-O. Yep, got a letter from him right here.
Ah, tell me about it. I'll give you up your money. Just talk about it. Go on.
I know you're one for hearing stories. Now try this one. So it turns out the man's son has a friend, and they decided that to try getting stronger, they were going to summon a demon using blood from the sheep.
Ooh, spill more gossip. Go on.
Well, whatever they summoned stabbed me pretty badly with a tail. Made me all sick and pustulant, but Moro here cleared it like it was nothing.
Gross. Do tell more.
Well, eventually we killed the demon and its little demon friends. It had summoned some allies.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's about it, I suppose.
Sounds like quite the adventure.
Oh, you know it was.
Was there any budding romance?
No.
Okay, what about a guest appearance from an old friend?
No.
Oh.
Sorry,
Well, we
not a
can't
great
have
tale.
everything then. Here's your money, 6 gold and 5 silver.
Thank you very much.
Are they going to get registered, or are you just going to carry them around as civilians?
Well, I mean, that's entirely up to them. What say you? Any of you fancy joining the guild right here and now? I'm sure she'd be more than happy to do it for you.
I have some questions.
For me?
This guild, yeah.
Sure.
Is this guild stationary to this town? Or
No, we are nationwide. We have branches in many towns and in every country. Well, not in every country, in every state, I mean.
so we could be assigned tasks that allow us to travel and see more of the country.
Exactly. In fact, I believe the bandit removal has you going to the next country or the next state over.
Gray's rubbing his hands, thinking about it. He's like, okay. Well, what is there any fees associated with signing up, or what do you need from me?
Oh, what do I need? Well, a recommendation from an existing guild member to start with. And a
that's
test.
me.
You would need to pass a test from our guild master.
What kind of test?
Or just a well, there's two parts to it. There's the knowledge test and the combat test. So it's just, ask some basic questions to ensure you know how to survive, and a small fight.
Okay. Okay, sure, I'll sign up.
Wonderful. And what about I think I... Are you Morrow?
Yes, I am.
I heard a message saying that you were meant to be coming in to hand in a quest. Is that you?
Yes, I am.
A member of the illustrious clan? What were their names again? Remind me.
We're the Dusk Rose, and we try our best.
Yes, those people.
Yes.
Well, do you have the herbs? I guess I don't know what your quest was.
I would like to hand her the sack of mushrooms as requested.
Ah, okay. Let me just read up my sheets. Okay, yeah. Here is your 2 gold.
Perfect. Thank you.
And you, smaller one, are you interested in the, this lifestyle?
Mostly, yes. Do I have to come in annually, though? In any city? Or is it
Well,
just...
as
I
long as
can't
you're
just come in?
registered, then you can enter any guild hall and make use of its services. However, to sleep in the guild hall, you need to complete a request at least once a week. Otherwise, sleeping here is free.
It doesn't sound so bad. Sure, why not?
Alright, well, I'll schedule you in for a test in 2 days. Are you going to be a thing, this group?
We shall see.
Fair enough.
These are early days yet. Who knows what they'll get up to?
Alright. Anything you need? Anything else?
That gentleman who just came out, I heard he put up a request. I'm just going to go and take a look.
Sure.
I'll head over to the board, see what's there.
I follow suit immediately.
I think it might be something about caravan guards.
That's what it looks like.
There you go.
Sigrid and Morrow, when he gets back, you can both roll a... a check. Let's go with intelligence.
Ah, my strong suit. Haha.
That's a save.
Oh, I mean it's 0 anyway.
Yeah. Okay, you would know that the city of Kratos is past the red belt, and it's within the green belt. And you would guess that if you were heading straight there, on foot, it would take you about 50 days to get there.
Holy Jesus.
But if it's,
That's good.
if it's a caravan, then it might go a little bit faster. Maybe a month at most.
That's a long, long time.
You guys could join me.
But you could be looking at 100 gold.
Per person?
Yeah.
Damn.
Krasny is not poor.
I mean, I know, but I don't know if I get anything from it.
No.
It's more of a favor of a friend. Fine.
Well, that's certainly more gold to be made than I've ever seen before. Any other takers?
I mean, I will be part of that caravan one way or the other.
Good, it's settled then. You're already coming with us. What about you, Gray? Fancy a trip along the roads?
Sure. Let's travel. We get to sightsee and guard.
Oh, I can tell that these are some of your favorite things. You're so excited.
Don't worry, it's not that hard. We also have like 2 other Dragonborn with us. For so far, they have handled the fighting.
And what about Morrow? He seems to be
about Morrow?
lost in his own mind. Ah, there he is. You fancy this caravan trail with us?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I like caravans.
You're also supposed to make an intelligence check.
Well, to me, that's outrageous. That's unheard of.
It's
Not
unfair.
say. That's an
This is
8.
outrageous. It's unfair. How can I be on the council and not be granted the rank of master?
Well, yeah, you personally wouldn't know how long it would take to get from here to Kratos. You don't even know where Kratos is.
6 hours maximum.
No, that's a long way. I'm thinking a month, maybe 2.
Would give us some time to get to know each other.
Dewdrop, you're already in this man's service. Do you know when he's planning on setting out?
End of this week. Well, we also have been here like 3 days, so like in 4 days now.
That gives you enough time to do your trials.
That sure does, yeah. But it would not be enough to go after the what was it called again?
The bandits.
No, the bandits, I'm afraid,
bandits,
are outside
yeah.
of our zone.
Yeah.
Cleaning the ship, though, that sounds like something you might enjoy.
Not like I've been having doing that a little bit already.
Well, then what are we supposed to do for 4 days?
Maybe today get some rest. I go back and tell him all about what we just had, an adventure. Our adventure.
Good idea. I'd better go and pack, though I don't suppose there's any rush.
I would guess not, but we can tell him that you guys are coming.
Perfect. I own only what I carry anyway. I'm pretty much ready to go right now.
Not so fast.
Alright, you all split off to do your own thing for a few days. On the second day, you're each, the 2 of you who are signing on to the Mercenaries Guild, both of you roll survival.
Survival.
And then times your score by 5. So 5 times 12 is 60. That's a pass. Great, roll survival.
Here we go.
Oh.
There you go.
No!
Well, that's a fail.
Oh no!
Damn, that's a hard fail.
Mhm.
That is a hard fail. Okay, wow. Yikes.
They've never seen a score so low.
The question about whether or not
Yes,
you
you have.
should about how to approach a beehive, you wrote yell at it. I'd like to ask you about that. What the hell?
I've never seen a beehive. I don't know what that is.
Right. Well, let's hope you can make up your
Logical.
score. Let's hope you can make up your score in the physical rounds.
Okay. Here's hoping.
So that was the examiner. I'll say that was the dwarf that you met that one time. For the battle round, a tallish looking person, much taller than Sigrid, a woman by the name of Helga,
Wow, why you gotta do me like that?
comes out. So, you're looking to join the guild then?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Suddenly feel very small.
Well, it's all nice and good to have the smarts to look after yourself out in the wild, but a lot of the requests we get involve a lot of violence. Do you have what it takes to be violent?
Probably yes.
Most likely.
Nah, it wouldn't be fair if I challenge you myself. So let's... Sigrid, come here.
You know I like to serve. What's happening?
Fight
Hey.
both of them.
What, at the same time?
Yes.
Oh dear. Okay.
One versus 3 doesn't sound fair.
Am I allowed to precast?
No.
What?
Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. So
Right,
show
except
off your teamwork.
I have no team.
Oh, fine, you can have... Who's the creepy guy over there?
Morrow.
Yes, he can
That
join
won't be
you.
necessary.
If you don't need Mora, then you can do it by yourself.
I think with me and Morrow, they would stand no chance. But if I can merely protect myself, I'll begin to cast Armor of Agathis,
Okay, you guys can fight in the void.
getting a numbing frost to cover my armor. There, much better.
I've seen that before.
Alright, if
Quite
you're not
a
going
lot.
to take Moro,
You don't
then
get too close.
I guess I'll have you guys roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Don't get to
Jesus.
click on yourself.
Oh
Edit
dear.
it.
What's happening? People keep coming in and using words in my
I'm
ears.
about to get murderized before I get a turn, I think is what's gonna happen.
Oh, are you not using cotton?
Oh dear.
Wait, why am I using cotton?
Avron,
Oh, down there.
Avron.
Oops. Oops.
Avron, would you like +2 AC?
I wouldn't say no.
I'd like to cast Shield of Faith on
I
Sigurd.
We offered to have you join the fight, but Avron was like, nah.
Well, I wouldn't want to make it too one-sided.
Exactly, I'll just help with a little buff, and then... Here.
Helga slaps her hands together. Alright, enough preparation, get to it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't even get to watch.
You get to watch.
Do it.
I mean, we
Not
should
on the...
be- Yeah, you're on the map, aren't
We're
you?
on the very wet side.
You remember Void.
Embrace the void.
Alright,
First up is Grey.
wonderful.
Do your thing.
My thing relies heavily on teammates.
Woo!
Alright. Gray
When
will
you're
move
swashbuckler, you can do it on your own.
I believe in you, Gray.
25 feet this way to engage with Sigrid.
Am I Shield of Faith or not Shield of Faith?
You
That's
are.
up to Nate. I'll give you Shield of Faith.
I'll say you are.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that boosts your AC up to.
Only
It's
17.
+2,
No,
so like
18 now.
Okay,
This is our first
Okay.
friendly fire. Or should
I
I
can't use
put
any
it
of my
instead?
special abilities since I don't have an adjacent ally.
I thought swashbuckler meant like as long as there's no other enemies near you, you can sneak attack.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think you can.
Checking.
If no other enemy except for one is within 5 feet.
Let's see. I believe it's fancy footwork. No, rockish audacity. There it is.
Yeah, Rakish
Okay.
Audacity.
Okay. I'm
Wow.
not. I've never played a swashbuckler, so.
It's okay.
It's fine.
He is going to timidly use his rapier against Sigrid.
Very
It
timid.
is deflected off my chain shirt, actually. God, I can't remember what armor I'm wearing. With a ting. Nice try. I hope that
Oh.
wasn't your best.
And he is going to step 5 feet back in this direction.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, his fancy footwork. He can't be struck
Yeah.
if he strikes. Engages in melee, rather.
Is that ready to return?
Yeah.
All right. Dewdrop, you're next.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna immediately fly up 20 feet. If I can. And like 5 feet forward. And I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on Secret.
Eek.
All right. That's
You have to
dex
give me a
save.
dex save.
Oh no.
Yes.
Sorry, Alex.
It's fine. And then I'm gonna send Cotton to attack you.
No, Cotton.
He's just a huge smile on his face. And maybe even the tongue hangs out a little bit, and then he's gonna bite you. Just a second. Give me a moment.
That's not a hit.
Helga's idea of a nice team building exercise.
Nice try, but not as good as the Sharks.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Sigrid.
Right. Who wants to feel the wrath of my blade? I'm gonna
Nobody.
look at Grey, and I'm going to cast darkness on myself as we're both enveloped in this black void.
Oh. I'll
With
find a... How big is it?
It's a 15-foot radius. I can put a thing on, but they won't be able to see it unless it's turned on for them.
I think I've got something for a 15-foot radius.
I'll also make it white because we're in the void. Oh, can use a circle too.
It might not be 15 foot.
Through the fire and the flames. It's
It's
about this size. It's pretty chunky. A little smaller. I mean, that'll work for now. And then I will move closer to Gray.
Yeah, it's about 15
Boink.
foot.
Yeah. There we go.
Send
Oh god, it
back.
covers me.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Listen to back.
Job done.
Okay. You're in darkness, so everyone is blinded.
Not me. Haha.
Except
I'm
for you,
confused.
because of your dark eyes.
So is this big circle the darkness?
Yeah, everything within the circle is darkness.
The roaring flame.
Also including the flames. The flames is
Darkness,
also
much more
darkness.
darkness.
Yep. You'd be blinded too.
Are you afraid of the dark, Gray?
I don't fight in the dark, Sigrid. What sense does that make?
How are you gonna handle this situation?
You can't fight what you can't see.
I would not disagree.
Strike. Do your worst.
Right. So I don't think there's really much I can do except attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, you could also run away.
I can leave the circle. Like I'm not bound.
Yeah,
here?
you're not stuck in there. It's like a smoke screen.
Oh. Then he will use his action to disengage.
Yeah, you're a rogue, so you can bonus action for that.
Okay, bonus action disengage and then dash?
Sure.
No, he doesn't even have to dash. He could just run 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna run 30 feet up here. I'm sure he's wheezing.
This fight suddenly feels very unfair.
I wonder why.
Alright. Disengage was a bonus action. Running. I still have an action?
Yep. You're no longer blinded, but you can't really see inside of this dark bubble.
Sure can't. And I do not have anything that would assist me with this.
Am I meant to throw the fight so they can join?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Oh no!
Yeah, he doesn't have anything. He'll just he'll wing it with a bow
Okay.
to get an idea.
Get a roll
No.
at disadvantage and do what you hope is the center of the void.
Right? Just gonna aim for where he thinks he saw Sigrid last.
Yep.
Based on his
No.
very haphazardly fucking escape.
Ooh, it doesn't quite hit.
You hear a chuckle from Helga. Sigrid, I didn't think you'd fight so unfair.
Unfair? They have to be tested properly.
But you must be out of juice for that last one, right?
I am.
Good luck. Is that any of your turn, Gray?
Yeah. I've used everything I got, man. Like
Dewey, follow that
Oh,
up with
no.
another hit. Or any hit.
No, I'm just gonna fly around and see what the situation is like. And then I can see Gray is there and Secret is possibly somewhere in there. I don't know how darkness works. I don't know he's in the center of it all. But I'm gonna hold an action to attack if I can see him. And I'm gonna tell Cotton if he can try to hit him.
Okay.
So it's up to Cotton.
Attack at disadvantage.
Oh.
No, that was the wrong one, sorry. Yep, nope.
Still a lot of hits.
Oh shit, a 19 and a 20.
Yeah, 19 should
No,
hit.
That is a hit. Yeah.
no.
Cotton, the real MVP, but Cotton also takes 10 cold damage. Oops. Only
Wait a-
once.
Wait a second. It's a 20 or a 9. The 19 was a dex save. That's not what I was supposed to.
Is it?
Eh?
Yep.
It's a different ball.
Where's the dex save? Oh, yeah, I see that.
How's it in the middle, too?
I know.
I don't know.
Okay,
That's
so yeah,
so strange. What happened?
I clicked the dex save first and then twice the attack. I don't know where it was in the middle.
alright, well, that's a miss.
So nobody takes damage.
Yeah,
Yep.
and now Sigrid is basically alone in the middle of the darkness. Sigrid, it's your turn.
Gray. I'm coming for you, Gray. I'm gonna walk over here. The darkness moves with me.
Does it?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's cast on me instead of on a point. If it's cast on an object or a thing, then it moves with it.
Oh.
Cotton is gonna try and hit you while you leave. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Gray. I'm gonna make the biggest attack that I can.
Oh, you're
Bonk.
using Great Weapon Master?
Oh, with advantage. So it's a 19 to hit for 24.
Yeah, that hits.
You okay in there, Grey? I can't see.
Not particularly.
Ow.
Alright.
Job done.
If you want to surrender, that's allowed.
Yeah, I'll surrender. Maybe good life is not made for a sailor.
Okay. Grey, you're out of the fight. It's all relying on your teammate Dewdrop.
I can't reach Dewdrop.
No, you can't.
I can't see you.
It's a bit of a stalemate.
Well, you
Dewdrop?
put the two squishiest characters against a melee. I don't know what was gonna happen.
I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it.
Send more.
Gray's not a tank. He's not supposed to take damage.
I don't think he'd bust out with darkness.
It's fine.
You did great, Greg.
Yeah, I ran away and I survived with 3 HP. It's great.
You survived. That's
Better
good.
than some things.
Dewdrop, what would you like to do?
Well, that's a good question. I now know that he's in the middle of it,
She.
so I'm gonna bonus action Zephyr Strike. Make my concentration, and I'm gonna try and hit him somewhere in the middle. A 20 should hit, right?
That
Ooh.
definitely does.
Okay, I get 10 as I heard.
Plus
I think that's
9?
only... You only take 10 if you're within 5 feet, I think.
Oh! Even better!
Plus
So you-
9 to hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you take 13. 12, no 13. Wait, what? 11. I can't math. You take 11 damage.
7 plus 4.
Plus... No, wait. Cotton already used the reaction. That's about it.
Ouch. Minus
Ah, but
11.
it's Cotton's turn again. Actually, no, it's Cotton's turn after your turn.
Yeah, and I used my bonus action to Zephyr Strike, so
Oh,
Cotton takes the
archery.
dodge action.
Yeah, archery.
Ow.
Peeping.
That hurt.
You're allowed to give up 2, Sigrid.
Never.
Alright.
Well-
If you want to move, you can move 2.
If I can't hit you, I'll have to kill your pet. Zoink. I'll attack Cotton with not advantage because it cancels out. Spoink.
Yeah, that hits.
Job done.
Okay.
Good.
Back to Dewdrop.
Cotton can take a hit or two, but he's not gonna be happy afterwards. I'm gonna fly a little bit over here. And still try to aim for the middle. Din, din.
Poor Cotton. That's a hit.
Oh, jeez.
That's 9 plus 8. D8 plus Cotton's gonna use his reaction to add to
Wow.
that.
I think what
Give me
needs
a
to be able to
second.
see.
Let me see.
Damn, the full 8 on the force.
Yeah, if it can see. Okay, no. He's not gonna add to that.
So that's 17.
Yikers. I'm on 9 HP.
Damn,
Cotton is
people.
gonna try and bite you.
Ah, your sling is deadly, Dewdrop.
All the people that say slings were bitch made are wrong.
9.
I see
Not
I'm
gonna hit.
wasting my time on your beast. Is it moi?
Yep.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast Dewdrop.
Ouch.
Oh, it's only a 2. I don't know why it went twice again.
2. And Constitution.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I
fine.
got it.
Are either of you given up?
Not yet.
Nope. I'm just happy that I'm able to hit him. I don't even know if I hit him. He said I hit him.
Alright,
I'm gonna
Dewdrop.
try again. It's going good. I'm gonna try again. Nope. And
Oh shit, I should be making con saves for darkness.
Oh, yeah, you got 2
I
con
knew
saves
it.
to make.
They're at advantage because I've got Eldritch Mind.
a 19 from Cotton.
19's a hit.
Just about.
6 damage, and I think Cotton takes 10.
No, Armor of Agathis is gone.
Oh, okay. Ha! He lives.
I will drop concentration on darkness and say, okay, enough. You win this bout.
Yay!
Congratulations, Dewdrop. I think you've made the guild.
That's up to me to decide. Don't you put words in my mouth.
But that was one hell of a fight, you have to agree. And
Let
Gray
me...
really stuck in there.
Hold on.
Both of them together.
Congratulations, Dewdrop. I think you made the guild.
Oh, I knew it.
Gray, although you have some, studying to do, the teamwork you displayed was admirable. So, I can make you a provisional member as long as you stay with Sigrid. Nothing, no
Staring at him.
solo missions.
No solo missions.
Oh, you should have seen the work he did during my darkness. But of course, you couldn't.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to do a test when you can't see what's happening, right?
I suppose you saw the end result.
Sure. Well, go
Gray's
get
like-
healed up.
Okay.
Wow. You guys did so well. I can't believe Dewdrop beat the shit into Sigrid.
I can't believe it either.
Owie, oof, ow, my bones.
The Ranger beats the Warlock.
17 damage with a sling.
Take that, you sling non-believers.
All the sling haters looking real silly right now.
I still prefer Tiny Hammer.
Right, yeah.
Try me have my fight too.
Alright, you guys kind of relax for the next couple of days before the caravan leaves.
There's one more thing that I would like to do.
Go on, tell me all about it.
I wanna ask Sigrid where I can buy sling bullets. Since we're gonna be moving for a month, I'm gonna need some bullets.
I mean, can you not just pick up rocks from the ground? Look, there's one right over there. I'll point
They're
to the
not-
one to rock.
They don't fly as good.
I
No
could-
aerodynamics.
There's a blacksmith, Sal's Arsenal. I think we passed it when we went to Rada's Oddities earlier.
Great, can you bring me there?
Sure, be my pleasure. Where has Dewdrop gone on the map? Oh,
I think I'm still on the ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be.
Yeah.
Are you all
Oh.
going to Salah's arsenal?
Oh, who doesn't want to meet Sala?
I'll go. Just to judge him.
Wow.
There we are, the finest blacksmith in the town.
Alright. The shop is a 2-story timber and brick building with a tiled mosaic floor. The surrounding yard is filled with scorch marks and craters. The shopkeeper is a short female dwarf named Sala Bjorndotter.
Bjorndotter.
A doctor?
Bjorndotter.
Okay.
Eretorto.
So no doctor. Okay.
That's
Good.
one hell of a last name.
Oi. Is that you that I spy, Sigrid?
It might. I have a friend here in need of some goods.
Well, a friend of yours is a customer of mine, I do believe I say. Would you be interested in my more off-the-shelf wares?
That entirely depends on what you're offering.
Well, your friend looks like they're from out of town, so maybe they got some coins in their purse.
They do.
Well, maybe they'd be able to afford some of my more expensive goods.
I don't think I can. I'm just here for some sling bullets.
Sling bullets. I could do you up some sling bullets. Might even have some on hand anyway. Well, if you don't want my off-the-shelf goods, hang out here until I go get it. Salah goes off back in the back. Time to look up the price of sling bullets.
They have no price.
They have no price.
I already looked.
Alright, I'll give you 10 sling bullets for 10 silver. In fact, 10 sling bullets for 1 silver. My bad. I was testing you. You passed.
Oh, thank God. And do you maybe have some more sling bullets, or is it just the 10?
Well, I have 20.
Then I would happily take the 20.
Alright, 2 silver for 20 sling bullets. There you go.
I'm giving him the 2 silver. Thank you
What's
very much.
sling bullet made out of?
Small metal pieces.
Yeah, steel ball bearings, I imagine.
Something like that.
Perfect.
Oh, that reminds me, and I'll hand the 3 others 1 gold and 6 silver each. Your
Oh,
share.
thank you. Completely forgot about that.
You could have robbed us.
I like to think that I'm honest when I should be.
Okay, I now
I'm
have 34 bullets for the trip. That should be enough, I think.
If it's not, I'll make you some more.
Oh, you can make me some? That's so good. Okay, well done. I think I'm ready. Whenever we go.
I'm ready.
Looks like I'm ready too.
Yeah. Alright, well, you guys got a couple more days of downtime. I think you have to spend money during downtime to stay alive. Based
You're
on
supposed
your lifestyle. So, like, I think it's like, or for like a modest lifestyle, it's like 2 silver per day.
I can do that.
Yeah?
How many days?
Well, it's been 4 days total.
8 silver.
Okay, done.
Alright. The caravan sets off with, at the head is Krasny and his caravan, or his, what do you call it? Cart. Well, not a cart, but
Carriage.
That's for one. Carriage. And his 3 Dragonborn guards. And behind him are 2 other, well, these ones are carts from various merchants containing various goods. And if you guys ride on the carts, it should double your speed. You begin to head north. Krasny says that you'll be stopping. Your first stop is in the town of Centrial.
Sigrid would like to say goodbye to her family before leaving, but just
Go
quick
ahead.
stuff, you know. Well, she'll just tell them that she's going on a caravan ride to the capital.
Oh, wonderful. When will I see you again?
As soon as possible, I hope. But I will be gone for quite some time.
The capital, huh? What's going on over there?
No idea. Just helping some wealthy nobleman transport his goods. Transport? You know what I meant to say.
Sure. Well, stay safe.
Oh,
And,
you too.
Be careful of those dreams you had. Did you get that sorted out?
Haven't had anything since.
All right.
Take care. I'll give Mr. Lockhart a kiss on the cheek and then leave.
Oh, that's lovely, lass. I don't know what to say about that, but thanks, I guess.
There we go. That's all.
Okay. On your way there, you pass by. I don't really pass by anything. There we go. There's Central.
Oh.
Well, you're on carriage now, so I can half the distance. Not the distance stays the same. It's just the time takes half.
Indeed.
2, 3, 4. It took you about 5 days to get to Central.
No nasty surprises along the way?
Not really. There's no major bandits in the area. This state is pretty safe for that kind of stuff. The Lady Hades has a very no tolerance policy, so anyone who turns to banditry usually gets their hands cut off.
Oh, yikes. I'll keep that in mind.
Let's move you to Centrial.
Ooh.
A much bigger town than what you're used to.
It certainly is.
Right.
Gosh.
Krasny says you're free to move as you please. He's never been here before, so don't ask him for directions. But we'll be staying here for 5 days.
Teardrop, I see why you stay with this guy now. Easiest money I ever made.
Yeah, even though I have some other reasons, but he's a nice guy to have around.
He's planning on
paid?
he's planning on paying you at the very end of the trip, by the way.
Oh, damn it.
No point in paying people who might die on halfway there. You know, you just
True,
lose out
yeah.
on money.
Ugh, still a little short on cash. Better not run out before we reach the end.
We could try and find some work here.
Perhaps. But maybe we should just relax and enjoy ourselves first.
City trip.
This is a small town, considering what a city was.
Town trip.
Maybe this is a medium town. I don't know.
Village trip.
You know what? Mattermeadow is a small town. This is a medium town. Medium to large.
Mattermeadow's tiny. It's got about 20 people.
It's barely
Not quite that
it's
low.
barely a town. But yeah, you guys can go explore. I'll reveal shops to you as you pass them.
Right, where are we heading first? Gray? Got any ideas?
I've never been this far inland. What kind of shops do you think a town of this size has?
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
I think I saw some trees in the middle of the city. Should we go there? Just
Just go to the park.
I mean,
Park area? Looks like a park area.
I mean, that we don't know yet. There are a bunch of
I like
buildings in the way.
trees.
well, lead the way. I'm following Dewdrop.
Speeding ahead.
So, Dewdrop, you must get some funny looks. You know,
Do I?
being a fairy and all.
I'm not really paying that much attention to other people looking at me. I mean, there are a bunch of weird people everywhere. I mean, you are the one with a wolf pelt.
Aye. And I also get some funny looks from strange people. I wondered if you might get the same.
I'm not. Again, I'm not really paying that much attention to that. I also have been living in one place for a little bit of time, so people got used to me at one point.
No shops yet.
Damn.
All living residents.
This is why you never should follow me. I took an hour to find a bar.
True.
Damn.
Man, it's almost like no one works here.
It's just a bunch of houses and statues.
The place looks nice, at least.
Oh, you've encountered your first shop.
Oh my God.
Let me reveal it to you.
Minnie's Menagerie.
Galena's blade. Another smith.
Oh, you've encountered a second shop.
Oh, wow.
Mail.
You've encountered a third shop.
Suddenly it goes pretty fast.
Wow.
Oh man, it's almost like you're in the town center.
Wow.
This is a lovely town.
Should we ask around if there's anywhere a bar or something?
Can't do any harm. I'll look around for anyone.
There's the odd person passing by. They look like most people around here look like they got somewhere to go.
Is there anyone who doesn't look overly busy?
Well, your caravan's passing through this area. So they could just be like some people who are attending to the caravans.
I guess we can continue walking around for now.
That's right.
until we
So
find-
give me an investigation check. You're looking for specifically for a bar. So give me investigation and persuasion.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, Dewdrop, you did need to bother with persuasion. Most people don't want to talk to you. They're busy.
Yeah, I don't like fairies around these parts.
So rude nowadays.
I can understand their mistrust. These are strange times.
Is it?
Oh,
Did you not see the size of that fish in the river back in Mattermeadow?
you recognize
That's not normal.
You recognize this kind of building?
Aha. Is it the guild hall? Yeah.
Aha!
Well, we could go there for drinks if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm still a little disappointed that we didn't find
Imagine
a bar.
this is how close we were to identifying the guild hall.
This is why you don't follow me. I go explore.
If only you went through the trees.
Don't want to disturb the park.
I will barge in like I totally own the place.
Jazz music stops.
I'm gonna facepalm as I follow him along.
Him?
Her, sorry.
Yeah.
Who's
better be.
inside?
I should probably make a timer for that too on my Excel sheet.
Let's see. Did I not set up a guild hall? Oh wait, that's Kratos. There's Central.
We're not in Kratos yet. Kratos.
All players save.
Wow.
There you go. There's the bar menu. Local guild master is called Nimriel the Maiden.
Oh my. So, who wants a drink?
I do. No, wait.
Yes.
Nothing alcoholic though.
Well, that might be a problem.
There's water. It's free.
Yes, water. I take it.
I wouldn't trust the water here.
Have you been here before?
No, just a general thing, I guess.
I'm gonna
And
trust
you?
the water.
Morrow, Grey, do you fancy anything?
I'm going to get 2 whiskies to make up for Dewdrop's lack of payment.
Damn. Gray will just get a mead.
And a mead for myself as well.
Very nice. You are being served by Badumbo.
Balumbo.
He is a halfling with
So,
frizzy red hair.
oh wow, there's a lot of gingers in this campaign already.
We should kill them.
No.
So, Balumbo, any rumors around here? Any fun stories?
Rumors! Are you even a member of the... Oh wait, what am I talking about? I know you. I've heard of you.
You have?
Yeah, adventurer. Well, we're not supposed to call them adventurers. Mercenaries coming from Mattermeadow tell us about an extravagant, somewhat mysterious young lady who they've dubbed the Winter Wolf.
Oh, well, I see my reputation precedes me.
I guess. Well, if you want rumors, I could tell you a rumor, alright.
Well, I'm all ears.
Are ya?
No, just the two.
Oh, alright. Well, a rumor has it that the bishop of the cathedral to the north of here is secretly a vampire.
The bishop, a vampire?
Aye.
I thought it would hurt him just to walk on holy ground.
No, apparently not.
I mean, that seems pretty serious. Has no one checked?
Do you want to? The Temple of the Old Gods is about 2 days' ride from here.
2 days out, 2 days back. It's doable.
So we don't stay there very long.
Actually, 2 days ride. We've no horses.
We've got Bucky.
Bucky is a wonderful creature, but a bit slow.
Or faster than us?
Yet not quite fast enough.
Otherwise,
Well, you
for a bit more of a local, rumor. Some kids say he's spotted some big old spiders in the park.
This is why you don't disturb the park.
are we in Fantasy Australia?
No, that's
Oh.
that's the Wilder West.
Come now, I'm sure these spiders are fine.
How big can they really be?
Probably not that big.
Have I seen big spiders before? I have been traveling a lot.
Roll nature.
Roll nature, he says. 16.
You're from a Feywild. You've seen spiders as big as dogs.
Yeah, I've seen big spiders before. Most of them are bigger than me.
That doesn't take much.
Hey now! I would say for a spider, that's pretty big.
Can I offer you one of our meals, or well, you're new in town? Maybe I can offer a escort.
To get us from one place to the other?
Show you around town, show you other sights, or the drinking holes, you know.
I wouldn't mind trying some of that roasted crab.
Oh,
It does sound pretty good.
that's imported from down south.
I'll take one of those if you don't mind.
Of course. And the rest of
I'll
you,
give him the 3 silver.
you
I'll take a steamed crab.
steamed crab. Yeah. You said that you were interested in the roasted crab as well, young man.
Gray is, but he knows that the transport from the south town to this town means that this crab is at least 2 or 3 days old.
Entirely possible.
He's gonna actually go with steamed grouse.
Grouse, yeah.
Grouse?
Grouse.
Okay.
Fair enough. And for the young child?
I feel slightly offended. I think I'm gonna go with the steamed grouse and whey cheese.
Okay. I must ask, I got a young one at home. Where did you buy your kids' plastic wings or little feathery wings? Did you have that specially made?
I would have you know, sir, I can fly, I'm a fairy, and I'm not a kid.
A fairy? Oh, aren't those wee things?
Can I just get my food?
Right away.
Oh, poor Judra.
Most people
I'm fine.
Most people think fairies are pixies. Alright, he comes back later, maybe after about 20 minutes with your food.
Nice.
So have you thought about the escort?
Well, I certainly won't be needing that just now. But I can't speak for my companions.
We have time, we can just go by ourselves the next day.
Alright. I won't ask any more. But if you change your mind, just go to the bathhouse and ask for Yelena. She'll know what you want.
Okay.
Very ominous.
Maybe
Good to know.
if you pay a little bit extra, she'll give you one of her special rub-downs.
Oh, and look at the time. I think it's about time we were leaving.
But I just
But we
served
just
you
got our
food.
Damn, always a flaw in the plan.
He goes off back to his waitering.
So 5 days. Any idea what we're gonna do to fill the time?
We could look at the job board.
Already have. First thing I did.
You're efficient.
We've got ruin exploration, nest extermination, and something about a tiger prowling around at night.
Tiger? Those are jungle creatures.
Do we know? Does the job description say how far the ruins are outside of the city?
No. But it did say that he was staying at the Black Tankard, or the person who posted it, and we could get more information from him there. It also doesn't say where that is, however.
Clan of Kobold that needs to be dealt with.
And kobolds aren't to be underestimated. If they're in a nest, they'll be difficult to clear out.
Seems like you have some experience with that.
Not as much as I would have liked.
Well, this is team effort. I'm up for anything.
Any preferences, Grey, Morrow?
Gray's eating his food.
As much of it as he can before it gets stolen again.
He's kind of interested in the tiger. You know, it prowls at night and they've got 5 days.
I ain't never seen a tiger in real life. Up
Well, that
close
does sound
in the face.
exciting. Well, if you want to go hunting for tigers, I certainly wouldn't mind.
All right. Let's
Do we have
tigers
to
then.
kill it though?
Do we have to what?
Do we have to kill it though? Can we just tell it and talk to it?
Let's just take care of it.
Exactly. I don't know
However
why I clicked that.
we do that, I'm sure it's fine.
Do you have a way of talking to tigers?
I can, yes.
Oh,
I shout really loud.
well, that could work. Certainly more interesting than killing everything we come across.
I can talk to it for almost 10 minutes.
Oddly
Once a day.
specific.
Once a day for 10 minutes.
I don't
Well-
want to cast silence when you do that.
No.
In that case, stay here and enjoy your meals. I'm gonna go and ask the guy where the tiger was seen. I'll head up to the bar area, assuming there is one.
Hello again.
Look,
Did you change your mind on the escort?
no. But we might need someone to escort us to where the tiger was last seen.
Ah, the investigation job. Right, that's not in this town. That's in the town of Exeter.
Oh, not good. And how far away is that town?
Exeter by the horse, as the crow flies, is about 10 days north.
I'll yell over to the others, being like, "It's too far away! There's no way we're getting there in the time we've got."
What about the kobold and the ruin?
I'll turn back to the guy. Any idea how far away the kobold nest is?
Oh, I have a note about that. That's at Stark's farm, and that is 10 days northeast.
I'll yell across the entire room again. No good, it's 10 days away.
Was this the kobold or the ruin thing? Can't remember.
Any words on the ruins then?
Actually, Trent's already left. He found a bunch of mates to do it for him.
Ah, well, Looks like we're gonna have to entertain ourselves in some other way.
Perhaps. Maybe a good look around the town. Oh, that was an accident. I threw. I wasn't throwing you back in Mattermeadow.
Oh god. Some mysterious forces at work here.
But if you find yourself over there, I believe Exeter has a guild hall there. So if you happen to be in Exeter at some point in the future, and the job's not done, feel free to do it.
I'll make a quick note of that. Thank you.
And Stark's
Ow.
Farm isn't too far away from there either.
I give him a little nod and head over to the others. Well, looks like that's all off the table. We don't have enough time here.
True.
Tell you what,
Well,
for the next few days, why don't I go by each of you? You tell me a place you want to find, and make you roll for it.
Okay.
In town, I mean.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Sigrid. Where do you want to find?
I would like to ask my party if any of them would loan me 5 gold and 2 silver. Done.
Done. Do it.
Well, that was easy.
Okay.
I'm here to help, and help is what I do.
I would
Cool.
like to find a ink and paper shop.
Alright, roll investigation.
Oh, you know I'm good at those.
Well, actually, since you mention it, I'd like to help. I've got a thing.
Sure.
Got money for it.
Roll investigation at advantage then.
Wow!
It takes a day.
That's
But-
almost as bad as Dewdrop trying to find the tavern.
You eventually find this place.
Oh.
Would you all like to go there, or
Wink.
just Secret and Mora?
I think just
Alright, I'll come back to you, the other two. Alright. As you're arriving, let me just see how it's described. The shop is a single-story building of living wood, with carved wooden doors. The surrounding yard is filled with scorch marks and creatures.
That sounds like the blacksmith.
Don't worry about it.
I will poke my head through the door.
As you're doing so, you hear what sounds to be a one-sided argument between one person and one person.
So, 2 people.
Well, only one person is talking.
Oh, I see. Hello?
Inside, you see 2 figures. One is the shopkeeper, that you can assume is called Evil. She is a daring female halfling by the name of
Ooh.
Evil Winson, who dresses like she'd much prefer to be a priestess.
Are they still yelling?
And she is talking to a short-ish looking rabbit person with pure white hair and pink ears. It looks like... she's wearing full black robes and a witch's hat. And it looks like the shadows around her are moving in the shape of small rabbits. She turns to you, and from her hat, one of the bunnies pulls out a sign saying hello.
What on earth? Hi?
As the bunny pulls out another sign saying, "I'm just leaving." And
Crikey.
she silently walks out the door. Her steps almost look like she's floating. Like each step looks like she takes a hop and a float, and then a hop and a float.
I'll turn to Morrow and say, you know when I said these were strange times?
I didn't think it would be that strange.
No, I didn't think it would be that strange either. Am I dreaming again? I'll pinch my arm.
Roll to
Don't
hit.
mind her. We were just having an argument over prices of the scrolls I paid her top money for. But, goddess be with you, I am here to handle all your scribing needs.
Perfect. I need to buy ink and paper to make a spell scroll.
That I can do, but perhaps I could make it for you under payment. I can show you examples of my work. Here is a couple of my scrolls as well as their prices. Let me just put them into your journal.
I only have 15 gold.
And how about the 7 more?
There you go. So if you want me to do any scrolling for you, just as long as I can have access to a proper spell book of whatever scroll you want, then I can do it for you.
Where are these prices? Wow. No, I don't need anything like that. Not yet, anyway. I was just looking around mostly.
I see. So you want to do your own spell scrolls. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly acceptable. How much paper and ink do you need?
More, I fear, than I currently am able to purchase. I think I should maybe come back another time.
Very well. I also offer some books, if you're just looking to buy some books.
What kind of books?
Just books. Adventure stories, biographies, romance, if that's what you want.
Oh, biographies. Anyone that I would know? Who have you got?
Oh, just in. There's this lad from the Dominion wrote a autobiography, this one. Someone named Adrian something or other.
No idea who that is. And what about your romance section?
Adrian Van House, that's it. It's rather thrilling. He's a 2-time killer of a red dragon.
Wait, there's a book written by a house?
No, Van House.
Written house?
Let me write his name down for you. And in perfect calligraphy, she writes Adrian Van House.
Oh, made up name. Never seen it.
Never heard of this van.
Right, well, anything else you want? In the romance section, I've got a bestseller from the Dominion again. The Lusty Dragonborn Maid.
And how much would that be?
Or for a bestseller, that would run you about 2 gold.
We'll look one way and then the other. Alright, it's a deal, but don't say it too loud.
One Lusty Dragonborn Maid coming right up for the extravagant young lady.
I'll have your head if you say that again too loudly.
What, young lady?
No.
Right.
Africans?
Well, here you go. I'll wrap it up for you. for your viewing pleasure.
I will actually give Morrow the 5 gold and 8 silver back.
Boy. You.
As I realized I needed 25 gold of materials, not 15.
Damn,
Cringe.
that's rough.
That's
Well,
rough,
3 gold.
buddy.
Maybe you should try and ask for an advance on your payment.
Nah, it's fine. It's not a necessary purchase. Well, I know what I'm spending the rest of my days on. There we go. Hey.
Fair enough. Anything for you, Morrow?
No, I've seen the price and it's too much for me right now. Thank you.
Fair enough. Right, the other two. Anywhere you guys want to go to for your group journey?
I don't know. Gray might just actually just walk around.
Ooh, in that case, roll perception.
Sure.
I might join you with that.
We can roll perception at advantage.
So-
Yes, I know. Your dog's there too. Oh, a
Double
20.
advantage due to dog.
Nah. Well, from you walking around throughout the days, you discover all these named places.
Ah.
There's the Black Tankard,
Ooh.
the Squirrel and Cock, and
I don't want to know how that got that name.
the Emerald Cup. And with a bit more walking around, you discover all these other shops and places. But you to the map layer. Boop.
Oh god dang.
Oh my god.
It's a pretty good roll.
We got a bathhouse.
Oh look, and there's a courtesan place right there. I forgot I put it there.
Yeah.
No, I did forget I put it there. I was looking for it.
Oh, a likely story.
I was looking for it.
Ugh.
Right. Any place catch your fancy you want to go in?
Bathhouse.
Gray might visit the general store.
Okay.
He's not super invested in the bathhouse, but he won't stop anyone from going in.
I'm not
Nice.
gonna go in yet. I'm gonna wait till the others are there. So I'm just gonna accompany Gray for now.
All right. Anything in particular you want to have a general store?
He's just looking for, he's just browsing, but things that would be of interest to him might be like poisons or things that he could apply to an arrowhead or a weapon, or maybe even some salves to deal with if you accidentally stabbed yourself with a poisoned weapon.
Then you might want to go to this shady club here if you want
Oh,
some
God.
less than legal stuff.
They all sound perfectly fine.
A shady
Health
dealer.
potions and stuff too.
Oh, potions. No one really seems to be selling much potions here. Not a lot of alchemists in this small town.
Okay. Do they have arrows?
Maybe here. Arrows you can probably get
okay.
at Gallina's Blades.
Okay. So what does a general store have?
General store, you must
Food.
going to be looking at trade goods and a place where you can sell off random shit you find.
Oh, okay.
Those are just general shit.
Yeah, like you could probably buy a map there if you want.
Ooh,
Oh yeah. How much is a map? That's a good idea.
A map of the state will run you about 5 gold.
Yeah, he'll get a map of the state.
Alrighty. and it will reveal all the major towns and the castle of the state. Okay, let me just move the map down there. You have bought the reveal the area time saver.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Saves you time, but I have to be the one who has to reveal this place.
Damn, buying maps. Fantastic.
Orgard used to buy so many maps.
Maybe Morrow should honor that time something tradition.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Nearly there. Alright, let's just cut that
Oh,
part.
wow.
That's halfway there. Do 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 do
Do do do do do.
I need to watch that at some point.
Oh, while I'm revealing this, feel free to take a 10-minute break.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but there's nothing I need to do. Fuck you.
Oh, I'm gonna grab some toast. You can't stop me. Whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm
whoa.
about to sleep because I am super tired for some reason.
Oh no. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. So feel free to stare at this map while you're doing that. There we go. That's the entire state revealed. Except for the towns.
Mm-hmm.
There's Exeter, there's Barford, there's Old God's Temple, Castle Hades, Ford.
I didn't have run my backstory.
There's a bridge. There's Trony. Otherwise, the rest are just villages. And don't really pop up unless you need to go there. So if you use the ruler, you can see Exeter is 240 miles away, which on foot is 10 days, but I guess by carriage is about 5 days. And the temple is there. The capital, well, not a capital, it's the Castle Hades. All
You
that
think
kind of stuff.
Miku's watching, or can I complain about him for a minute?
Yeah, I'm not going to stop you from complaining.
No, but if Miku's here, I can't complain about him. Let's go here quick and find out.
Damn.
Oh, good, he's not.
Checking the Twitch stream. What if he watches the VOD?
Oh, fuck, you're right. He's not going to
I
watch the
wonder
VOD.
who-
Oh, shit. I thought you said, what if he's watching the VOD twice, but Twitch stream was unmuted. So I accidentally heard myself. But no, they've just decided we're having a fucking session tomorrow.
D&D or Warhammer?
At D&D, because basically two of the players, well, Miku couldn't make it, and another player had to leave early, I think, and they've suddenly just said, yeah, I'm free all day, no problem,
That's right.
and I'm not going to a session tomorrow because, fuck you.
Because you want to sleep.
Well, it's more, I've not been to a session since the end of Source World, and it's more because don't let you know when a session's happening anymore until, like, the day it's happening. and I'm not keeping my entire day free in case there's a session.
I get that. Need more schedule.
Even just a full day before would be fine-ish. I don't really care. Just give me some fucking time. I don't care.
I get that.
That's why Sourcehold is good, because it's every time at the same time.
Yep, it's scheduled.
Exactly. Like, this is meant to be scheduled, but one of the guys started a new job or something.
Hmm.
Basically, it's been very inconsistent now. And I don't like it.
Now I can get that when things just pop up randomly and you're not expecting it.
I am expecting it. Because every Thursday we should have a session. Is it we have a session in the morning, afternoon, evening, a long session, a short session? I'm not keeping my whole day open to find out when it's happening.
Hmm.
Just give me the same time every week. And they can't continue the story without me because it's like the end of my arc or something.
Oh. Wow. I see how it is, holding their session hostage.
I haven't complained to them about it either yet, so it's just, oh, I'm not available, oh no.
By the way, you guys complained about there not being any places to pray in the last town, so now there's 2 places to pray this town.
It wasn't a complaint, it was an observation.
Mm-hmm. Well, now there's double zero is still 0. Let's just say there's 2 more.
There has been double the number of places compared to the people who pray since the last town.
Sure.
Or an even more retarded way to say it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm going to build a church. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
Oh no.
100 gold church. Or currently a 12 gold.
Church funds coming along then.
I'm going to build the best damn church you ever did see.
It's gonna have black
But I'm
chapel.
also going to have to make arrows and sling bullets and all kinds of crap.
Oh, you're the party
I'm
ammunition
the party
guy.
healer, the party shop. I'm just the party.
I guess you have to go buy just an assortment of metal from the blacksmith now.
Nope, it's just you have to use some sort of metal, which equals the gold cost, so I just need the gold coins.
But you could use the gold coins for buying stuff.
Yeah, but I'd be buying the gold coins to buy the material anyway, so now I can just go boop it's everything.
Oh, fair enough.
Like middleman. But I'm
Well-
also planning on like metal things we loot straight into coins.
Yeah, so like find some swords.
Yep,
Hey.
any kind of metal, it's going into a gold coin.
If you run into some Urukai, you've seen how they make their swords. It's just all blade.
Exactly. Brilliant.
Yo, what
It's
did
all
I
gonna be
miss?
Electrum, though.
Oh, we're
Oh,
just
Electrum, my
chatting.
favorite.
Or what do
Yeah,
you
we've
think
got a
of?
money-making scheme for Electrum.
What do you think of this cute rabbit girl that I saw on Twitter one time?
Wow. She's definitely evil.
I wouldn't say that.
And we should purge it,
She doesn't look exactly like
free the
this,
souls.
but she's sort of just like this. This is just a quick representation, like a quick reference.
She looks like she's committed
Real bag.
several war crimes in the former Yugoslavia, rabbit-based war crimes.
What is a rabbit-based war crime?
When you attach a bomb to a rabbit and send it into a school.
I guess that would be a rabbit-based
A
war
rabbit
crime.
with a shotgun in a trench.
That's so... yeah. Only the Germans could use flamethrowers and poison gas, but complain about shotguns. Oh yeah, I forgot Alex was here.
Wow. Okay.
What do you mean? Victor's never committed a proper war crime.
It's been about 10 minutes. I hope you guys have enjoyed your break. We
Always
shall progress. Now that I've revealed the map, is there anywhere else Team Grey and Ike would like, or Team Grey Drop would like to go to?
Not this day. Not Gray personally. If Dewdrop would like to venture someplace, I guess
I'm gonna
could
call it
accompany him.
Grop.
That sounds like a really bad rule.
Right,
Just
one
gonna
server
try-
Grop for you. Ike's?
I'm just gonna meet up with the others and tell them there's a bathhouse if they fancy to join me.
Let's see,
We have been traveling for days.
meet in the middle.
Absolutely, because I'm sure we're all very stinky.
Alright, you all get to the bathhouse. It's mixed baths, but the prices are... Because, like, who has room to make more than one bathroom? Let's be honest. In this medieval fantasy land. Prices are 1 silver per entry. Actually, no, let's reduce that. It's 5 copper per entry.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I'll pay that. Do they have change for 1 silver?
They do.
have change for a platinum piece?
Well, are you giving them a platinum piece?
I don't have one, but yeah. No.
They can't give you platinum, but if you give them platinum, they can give you gold.
I'm gonna make platinum pieces.
What about you, Gray?
all
Are
the
you
gear we
interested
find.
in joining them in the bathhouse?
Nah. He's probably more
If you're
interested in more booze.
Alright.
If you're nervous about your body or anything, we've got darkness.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
not gonna scare people.
No, they're used to it. Trust me.
How many other
Trust
people are
me.
around?
Just let's say it's like coming up to the evening. That's a good time to take a bath. It's just like some older people, like elderly ladies, elderly men, and some a parent or two taking their kids to the bath. It's just a nice relaxing atmosphere.
I'm not letting some pervy old man see me in the nude.
There's darkness.
All right, great. From your wandering about, you would rate the taverns. Okay, yeah. The shitty tavern is the Black Tankard. The okayish tavern is the Scrolling Cock. But the best tavern is the Emerald Cup.
How expensive is the Emerald Cup?
To stay there per night, it's 5 silver.
And comparatively, how much is the Squirrel and Cock?
It's 3 silver.
3 silver. God, that's not much of a difference.
You can stay for free in the mercenary hall.
Yeah,
have to
he
do
might
a
just hang out in the
mercenary.
mercenary hall.
Fair enough, but there's also all the food. No, I'll just put all these taverns in your. I'll just put all these taverns in your journals. I'm sure you'll eventually check them out at some point.
Oh, yes.
I had to make these menus, okay?
You could just save them for later.
Don't worry about it. I'll reuse them at some point.
Reduce, reuse,
Yeah, we're not
recycle.
gonna remember.
You like 20, like a year into the campaign. Wait a minute, this has the same menu as a Scrolling Cock.
I remember because it's cock.
There
The
you
only
go.
one I'm gonna remember.
It's now in your inventory or in your journal.
Mhm.
That's it. All
So,
right.
are the other people in the bathhouse just full on naked?
Yeah.
dear.
Like the Romans and the Greeks, you know, they're not ashamed of their bodies. Most of them are too old to give a shit about what anyone thinks about them.
Yeah, old people are the worst for that reason. um, well, after you two, I suppose.
Whoa.
I'm going to boldly stride into the bathhouse, having nothing to hide.
Ugh, men.
And when I touch the water, you know what happens when you have like a waterproof surface and you put that underwater?
Mm-hmm.
So my
Well, you
wings
get
are
flung
kind of
up?
shimmery-ish. No. It's just that my wings don't actually get that wet.
Hydrophobic.
Okay.
It's like they have an extra shimmer now to it.
Oh. What about you, Sigrid? Are you wearing
See, if
your
I was
wolf
a
cloak in there?
wizard. Oh, I have an idea actually. I'm going to. Is there a changing area, or do you just change by the side?
No, there's separate rooms for changing. It's just one big bath.
Is the bath visible from said rooms?
No.
Damn.
Why?
I would like to hide from the changing room as much as possible and then misty step into the bath so that only my head is above water.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Bit dramatic, but sure.
Ugh, well, look at all these old men.
No
I
one's
have an
paying.
idea, but it might kill everyone.
You know what? Roll perception.
Who? Me? Oops. Not an advantage, but it's still a 20.
Well, you get a couple of glances, just from a usual. Oh, they're not from here. Oh, that guy has colourful hair. Oh, that guy is moderately endowed, and then they just go back. They just go back to their washing.
Huh, well, they don't seem to care.
What's your plan, Moro? I want to hear it.
Destroy
Well,
water.
it could kill. No, it could kill everyone, and I don't want to do it because I could die.
What? What are you gonna do?
I was going to heat a coin to heat the rest of the water really, really warm.
I don't think it'll kill everyone.
I don't know, it gets really warm.
Yeah, but water's a very good thermal conductor.
All right. After
I won't do it
relaxing,
yet.
after relaxing in the baths for a good 10 to 15 minutes, a odd couple comes in. One of them is a lovely and beautiful, stunning, really young tiefling.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna say tiefling as soon as he called her beautiful. I'm mega mind. Sorry. Continue.
The other one looks like a slightly above middle-aged gentleman with greasy brown hair. He walks around with a smirk and his lovely missus around his arms. All right, should we settle down here, huh? Yeah, that's nice. Oh, this is nice. Not as good as that one time, eh? Yeah, you get it.
Ugh. What I wouldn't do for a nice hot spring right about now.
Hot spring, huh? Oh, I remember a nice hot spring. But how hot you like it? I wouldn't mind a little bit of hellfire in my hot spring.
Interesting. And you might be?
Oh, I go by a few names, but I guess for one I'm currently known by would be a Crawford. And I go by the moniker of Witten.
Oh shit.
Oh, not that guy.
Oh no.
He's got a different voice.
Oh fuck.
My name's Crawford of Witten.
There we go.
Well, good to meet you, Crawford of Wesson.
Nice to meet you.
Although, I usually prefer my meetings to be clothed.
Well, I'm not really here to meet you. I'm more here to relax, but yes, sparked up an interesting conversation. Hot springs, love them. But you know what? Best hot springs in Source World gotta be in Tartarus. Boiling hot there, and that means all the water there is boiling hot too. But if you can get one just the right temperature, oh, perfect.
Does Crawford of Witten absolutely stink?
He looks like he does, but he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
At least not a smell that you can smell. He looks like the type who would stink, but he doesn't.
Majestically unstinky.
Yep.
Alright, I will continue with my bathing activities. I'll whisper to the other two, like, he's a bit of a strange man. I have an uneasy feeling.
Aren't we all strange in our own way?
No.
For the sake of for the sake of KBR, who doesn't know what he looks like, I'm trying to find a
Okay.
picture. That's a big one. This is a close reference.
Hey, KBR, you should attack Crawford of Witten after we've left.
He's a very sus boy.
Is he wearing his horrible clothes in the bath?
No, he's naked in the bath.
Oh, that's even worse.
Why would he be wearing his clothes?
I don't know, maybe they're attached to his skin. Because he's that grimy.
Wow. Oh, so how long do you guys want to stay in the bath for now?
Normal bath time length, I guess 20 minutes, maybe.
Alright, so
Let's
you're out after
stay.
another 5 minutes.
Yep, I'm gonna do the same as when I got in and Misty step as close to cover as I can before rushing through to get changed without anyone seeing.
Very cool. Alright, where are you guys? Are you guys all just staying in the guild hall tonight?
Yeah, come on, we'll be skinned otherwise.
Yeah, better.
I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna take a shortcut through the trees.
Oh,
Wait for me. I'm gonna have a look out for the spiders.
roll perception.
Perception. 9.
No spiders.
Damn.
Don't like spiders.
Boink!
No spiders.
Damn. Do you think he was just lying about the spiders?
Who knows? Maybe they're just in the bigger part in.
No spiders.
Who would have thought?
No sign of Grey. I hope he's doing all right.
How is Gray doing? And we'll
Grey is
we'll
dead.
find out after the break. Just kidding. We'll find out after this sponsor read. You, subscribers.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll head into the guild hall.
Yeah. Gray's doing fine, I assume. You'll just relax for your remaining time, and when you meet back up with Krasny to continue your journey, he informs you that you'll be having a few more additions to the caravan. Yes. Some more additions as we've been waiting for 5 days to pick up. Just a few more merchants. This is the merchant Boris and the merchant Donald.
Those are some interesting names. Are they inspired by anything?
No.
Fair enough.
And some travellers who've asked to join us. This is Dexy, and he gestures to the white rabbit-looking lady that the two of you saw at the enchanted quill.
Sorry, what was that name again?
Dexy.
Dexy. Good to meet you from earlier.
One of the rabbits holds up a sign saying, "A pleasure."
Oh, so polite. If only more people were like that.
And this, Krasny covers his nose a little bit. This is Crawford and his
Oh no.
Mrs. Samantha. Pleasure.
Believe me, we've met already.
Right, yeah, we met in the bath. Not much more needs to be said about that, right?
No. Good times had by all.
That's right. I mean, I was just there for a soak, but if you had fun, then, you know. It's all that's fun to be had. Shall we be off then? Yes, let's move on. I believe our next stop is Exeter before we move out of the state. Have you all done whatever you need to do for your whatever?
Well, we wait for your guidance. When you say we move, we move. We're ready whenever.
Then move on, we shall. Alright, you guys are back on the map.
Oh god, we moving.
How many days are we gonna travel for?
5 days.
I would like for each day draw a different person, starting with the bunny lady.
Oh.
Good choice.
And second day.
I think I'm gonna draw a secret.
Wow.
On this day, Crawford walks up to you, group. So you're hired to protect us then?
I think he crashed.
No, where's Nate gone?
So you're
He's
hired.
dead.
You're hired to protect us then.
That is our vocation.
Well, I'm sure. Well, all these merchants also have their own personal guard, but how can I be sure you're really worth your money, huh?
Well, admittedly, we haven't had to prove our mettle yet. It's been smooth sailing so far, or should I say smooth riding.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I'm a bit of a fighter myself,
Uh-oh,
you know.
I think you cut again.
Teach you a few moves.
Ooh, like what?
Well, it's a long journey to Kratos. I can teach you something a bit more complicated.
Oh,
You ever killed a man with your look?
you Dewdrop?
Never heard of it.
Let me show you.
Sound.
He looks over to a bird, breathes in, and he stares at the bird for a few seconds, and you feel a chill emanate from him. You get shivers on down your spine, goosebumps on your arms. Both of you roll a wisdom save.
Uh-oh. There we go. 16.
Oh, 11.
Both of you are frightened, but the bird drops out of the sky.
But what happened? There was no sound, no noise. It just died.
It's a small creature. It's quite timid as well. Have you heard of a thing called killing intent?
No.
Or everyone has it. Well, all the warriors have it. It's when you decide to kill something. That is your intent to kill. And once you have figured it out, how to monopolize it, then you can enhance it and control it freely. And if you use it on some creature, then either they might back down, get scared, and the truly weak ones can even die to a master of this move.
Such amazing raw power.
And a shiver down my spine.
You must be a mighty warrior, sir.
Let's just say I've got a long time to learn it, a long time to perfect it. But I could teach you that. Or, have you heard of this? A man can cut down a tree using a blade of grass.
What? It's not possible, surely.
Hold this rock. He hands you a longish rock. And he
Hold the long rock.
he picks up a leaf.
I will hold it in my left hand in case something happens to the hand.
Oh no. You see him focusing, and you see the leaf straighten and envelop in a sort of arcane-like energy. And then he swipes with the leaf. The leaf doesn't even make contact with the rock, but the rock appears cut in half.
Sigrid will check her hand.
It's fine.
Such magic. I've never seen its like.
Oh, that's not magic. It goes by a few names. But the name I call it is called aura. There's some people who call it sword intent or sword key.
Well, your aura is terrifying.
Well, if you train your aura for a month, 2 months, maybe you could do that too. But I'm not a master. If you want to develop it further, then you're going to have to seek out a true aura master.
Interesting. I'm just gonna look at the rock.
It's a clean cut. So which one?
Wow.
Killing intent or aura?
Well, it looks like you don't need us anyway.
Personally, I don't. I like company.
Dewdrop, you first?
Do you have anything for long range?
I'm more of a melee fighter.
Damn.
You
I
might
guess I
want
have
to.
pass something more.
You might want to look for a. I don't know, a ranger or a sniper.
Alright. I guess I'd pass then for now, but thank you for the offer.
No problem. What about you, Sigrid, my dear?
Both very impressive. Show me more about that killing intent.
Ho ho ho! Well, this is takes a long time to develop. You can either learn it by yourself, usually after killing a lot of things, powerful things, or you could train it. But here's the caveat. I have no reason to teach you anything for free.
True, yes.
So what can you offer me?
I have not much to give. Other than my services.
Your services? Well, I'll tell you what. Once a week, come and warm my bed, and I'll teach you how to kill with your looks.
Although some things are far too precious.
You've got a month to decide, don't you?
Noted. We will see. And what of your other companion?
Samantha. She knows who I am. She knows what I am. She doesn't mind. And if she did, well, I wouldn't be me if I stopped.
I'll give him a nod at that, and stare out the window at the countryside or something.
Mm-hmm. What about Morrow and Gray? Anything you're interested in, either from Crawford or anyone else? If I say that they're experts, Krasny would be a cleric expert, and Dexy would be a magical expert.
I think they've both died.
It's entirely possible.
No. Sorry, I was mute because my dogs were barking and I forgot to unmute. So that's
Oh.
Oof.
I don't think either of them can help Gray specifically.
Fair enough. What about Morrow?
I don't think there's anything Morrow needs to learn right now,
Okay.
so I'll pass for now.
And then in that case, the journey will continue on. Day 3.
I'm gonna draw. Who am I gonna draw? Momo. I think I'm gonna draw Momo today.
Oh boy.
You're all traveling as part of this caravan. And as usual, you're told to... You're often told to scout ahead.
Makes sense. That's our job.
Yep.
Yeah.
As usual, you all need to roll a... either perception or something. Perception or investigation.
Ooh. Wow, look at these rolls. Come on, Gray, save us. Yeah!
Gray saved
At
us.
least you can pay attention.
Okay. On the road, you discover a bit of trouble.
What kind of trouble? Oh, jinx.
1 sec.
1.
You'll find out what that trouble is after a 2-minute break.
I'm timing it. I'm counting.
I'm totally not inserting a quick map.
I can't believe how amazingly unstinky Crawford of Witten is.
You get the idea that although you don't spend anything, you get the feeling that Krasny smells something and hates
I
it.
see. So, you come here often? I'll say to the rest of the party. Yes, set.
Best I can offer you is 3 Dragon Nancy.
Oh, never heard of it.
It's a pretty fun game.
I can't believe you'd ask for Dragon Chess in my presence.
I don't suppose anyone fancies a game of 5-finger fillet.
I have no idea what it is.
So you stick your hand down on something solid, you pull out your dagger, and then...
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
I haven't stabbed myself yet.
You do, I'm sure we can put you back together quick enough.
Go on, who's up for 1 round? Gray, you're
Yeah,
pretty
why
nimble
don't
with your fingers.
You play. I have not
Right.
had the best luck recently.
I'll go first.
Give me a Dex check.
Sleight of hand, Dex.
Dex.
Okay.
1.
Oh dear.
You cut your 3rd finger on the 2nd round.
Well,
Well, in
like
that
that, but
case-
without the cut.
Well, you can't be the only one to do it.
Oh my god, Morrow's a master.
He is a master.
Fine, I concede. Your skill clearly outmatches my own.
Beginner's luck.
2nd round. Sigurd will say as she tries
Well-
to stop her finger bleeding.
I've got 2 hands for a reason.
Oh,
There's the reason.
ooh.
In the middle of the hand.
I figured out the reason I've got 2 hands.
Alright. I figured it out. I was stalling because I needed to get the map.
That's fine.
On the road ahead, you see a group of humanoid figures.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing
sure.
Gray
Determine
spots them
anything
first.
It's a group of 4 humanoids and 1 large, you want to say beast, I guess. But yeah, Gray spots him first.
Oh, well, he will certainly alert everyone else.
What? 4 humanoids and a beast?
That's what it looks like to me.
Right, we'd better stop the carriages.
Yep.
You run back to stop the carriages. It's about 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes away.
Oh, nah, that's fine then.
Should we go
We
up
should be
ahead
able
then?
to deal with it.
Right. Who wants to go first?
I'm still trying to stop my hand bleeding.
I see. Do you want to sneak up on them, Gray? Do you think they've seen us?
I think that they're waiting for us, but I think we could still sneak up.
Oh,
on
they
them.
they seem to
They're
be
probably-
infused in some kind of thing they're standing around. As you get closer, Gray, you see it's some kind of body.
like an alchemic like
It's-
monstrosity.
The thing they're around appears to be like the body of something they've killed. And when you get closer, you see that the four humanoids are actually four. They look kind of dead. Or undead.
Oh no.
And their body structure and bone structure. Roll a nature check.
Oh god, 4 undead gnomes.
They still look like gnolls.
I'd like to follow close
Undead
behind
gnolls.
Gray.
Would he know that gnolls tend to raid?
They do. Or you do
Especially
know that.
caravans, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna recommend that they actually do stop the caravan. But he's worried that this is gonna be like an ambush situation. Like this could be a distraction, and while they're up here dealing with this, the actual caravan could be attacked. He's not sure. That's his guess.
I'll tell you now, the caravans are safe with Crawford, assuming he actually does anything. We can probably deal with this ourselves.
All right. We should get the others though.
Are the others with us?
I think we're with you.
I'll be with you.
Probably.
There
with
we
you.
go.
All right, we're all here.
Everyone is here.
So, shall we sneak up on them?
Sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky.
There we go. There's a dead body I could use.
Boink. I don't suppose we need to give Knowles a warning, do we?
Oh, they look undead. I don't foresee this ending with any kind of verbal warning.
Fix your health, Secret.
By the way, I think when you're sneaking, you have to move at half speed.
Yeah, I think maybe that's true.
Have to for at least the travel rules. Don't know about theirs.
How quietly can I cast Armor of Agathis?
You're pretty far away. You can probably whisper it.
I will do that then. I'll draw some moisture into myself with freezes as it touches me.
And I'm gonna cast the first strike on myself.
Alright. I'll give you guys a chance to sneak up on them. As sneaky as you can be.
Sneaky, sneaky! Ow!
So I could probably get to like the 75-foot mark or the 105-foot mark, but I did those all at half speed in like intervals.
Yeah. Okay.
So is that good?
It's up to you, yeah. You can go where you want. They haven't spotted you yet, especially with your stealth.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have him stop at the 75 mark.
Sure.
I'm gonna go into the, underbrush at the sides. Or is this grass?
Well,
It's
yeah,
grass.
I'm having him hide
It's
hide
bushy
along
grass.
the grass.
It's long grass. Yeah, let's go with long grass.
He's crouched, hiding along the long grass
Yeah.
with his bow, ready.
You are suddenly attacked by Pucciana.
I like Putina.
I'll look
Diana's
across
my
at
favorite.
Gray and give him a nod, as if to say, ready when you are.
50 feet, I could totally see it.
You can see someone 50 feet away.
Alright, in that case, roll initiative.
Wah, 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 wah.
How did I not select myself? This wants to fight me. That's what it was.
Haha, everyone point and laugh. Point and laugh at Dewdrop's only getting 24.
No, it's 13.
Technically
I
only
typed
got a 17.
wrong, but it doesn't let you change it. Okay, now it changed.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's supposed to let you change. It won't let me change this to a 17.
Yeah, it's because when people add other stuff to the turn order.
Yeah, if someone else adds stuff, then it changes. Like it resets. 17. Okay.
That was my first roll. I just figured it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah,
to
you
use
just-
a 27.
Forgot to click on yourself. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You'll get used to it. Alright, Moro. You guys get a surprise round if you want to take it.
Yes.
Don't see why not. Go, Morrow. Do your thing. Rico, you know what to do. Is Fraser here?
He moved himself. He rolled
Fraser is
initiative.
muted. Fuck off.
Fraser, why would you mute yourself?
Because people keep coming in to complain about things. Spiritual weapon, please.
Wee.
Oh, your spiritual
Oh, he's
hammer.
feeling pretty spiritual right now.
I think we all feel a little spiritual every now and again.
I do like feeling spiritual.
I'm nothing but spirits. They call me the wine mart.
I'll ask later why they call you that.
Because it's full of spirits. And, you know, spirits are like alcohol and stuff.
Sure.
Indeed.
Alright,
But
you
I'm
get an
going to hit this
advantage.
dog.
You get an advantage because you're stealthed.
Oh boy.
20.
In that case, 24.
That's a hit.
Oh boy. Well, in that case, hit.
It takes the
And can this
damage.
big, nice... Can it give me a wisdom save as well?
No.
The big one? Sure. It rolled a 15.
Thank you very much. I end my turn.
Okay, as you hit it, you hear it yell out the sounds, "Help! Help! 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 Help!" And now it's Sigrid's turn.
I don't like the sound of that. We shouldn't charge in blindly. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna cast darkness on myself and run
Alright.
30 feet to the side so that Cotton can still see them,
I'll put
even past the darkness.
I'll let everyone see your aura if you want to use it.
Yeah. Bonk. Aura, aura, aura. Job done.
It's gonna be the thing to be like, "Help! I'm over here! Someone! I fell down!" Gray.
Gray is going to hit this gnoll right here with his short bow.
Oh, you have advantage because it's a surprise round.
I sure do.
Boink.
14 is a hit.
Dang.
For 10 damage. Let me just check their resistances. Nope, not to that.
Oh god.
Is that it? Alright. Dewdrop.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Get him, Dewdrop.
I'm gonna fly a little bit closer. And also 10 feet up.
Okay.
Come on, let me move. And then I'm gonna shoot the one with the spiritual hammer next to it.
Okay. Give me a roll to hit. Oh!
I will do. So that's that. Plus.
9.
Plus. Let me check. Ah. Plus double that.
6.
And I'm gonna add Cotton's reaction to that. But it's not gonna be doubled, I think.
No, I don't think so.
Is there a range on Cotton's reaction?
It has to be
Freddy,
within
yeah.
30 feet of him.
Yeah.
That would
Damn.
still be double.
Sling Hater's feeling pretty silly right about now.
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna tell Cotton to rush him, but I can't remember how much he can travel.
You can move 30 feet. It's on the sheet.
He can speed 40. He can.
Oh,
he's a
40.
fast boy. So he can go
He's
there.
like a
in
donkey.
turn.
Well, aren't I dumb?
And I'm gonna bite him at advantage, I guess. 24 probably hits.
24 does hit for 7 damage. What's that over there? Who are you? You just hear from this beast thing. Alright. Morrow, top of the turn order.
I feel kind of bad for hitting it now.
It's a trap.
Yeah, something's not quite right here.
I know something's really wrong. If we didn't hit it, they'd just be wild animals, though. For 13 to hit. I assume feels.
13 is a miss.
Well, in that case, I'm going to help Ray with their next attack. 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Perfect. And that's this one for 17 radiant damage, and the next attack is at advantage.
Damn, 17. This thing looks pretty hurt right now.
And then I'm going to dabble in the haters and end my turn.
Wow. Sigrid.
So these things definitely look like undead gnolls.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll run
to be
over to this one.
exact, they look like this.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's the
we're
kind of
killing
thing
these
that you
things.
attack on sight. I will attempt to Great Weapon Master this one.
Okay.
Skadunk. Ooh.
13 is a hit.
Nice.
You
How's it
slash
looking?
down and it breaks into bones.
Ooh. Nice, because it's dead, I'm gonna run over to this next one and use a bonus action to hit it again. Or this other one.
Yep.
Monk.
17 is also a hit, and this one also breaks into bones.
Another falls to my blade. Job done.
Damn, dude. Just going straight for it. Do these have dark vision, but not magic dark vision? It'll run to this one. And it's going to... Oh, it can't do that. So you have to multi-attack. Yeah. So you go for a bite first. That's 14 to hit, Cotton.
What's PB mean?
Proficiency bonus, so it's +2 right now.
Then it's a no.
No,
It's not a hit.
Look, the armor class is on the
Yeah.
I'm Drake sheet.
Its armor class has 14 plus PB.
Yeah, 16. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, all the easy to find information's on that sheet I made for you. If you're looking at
No,
something else.
no, we don't like easy here.
Yeah,
Well-
that would make it too easy.
So it's gonna go.
Where's the
It's gonna hit
challenge?
you with a club. That's a natural 20
Oh,
Ouch.
damn, it's critting.
for 6 damage.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. How do I feel? That's the end of its turn. Gray.
You know what to do.
Could this be Gray's first kill of the campaign? I don't know if Gray's got any of the kills.
Oh, we need to steal
No.
every kill so that Gray never gets one. No.
I believe he has advantage.
Sure, yeah. You got Cotton in the way. 17 is a hit.
Oh dear.
Luckily,
Yeah.
this thing only has 2 HP left.
Do you only have 1d6 sneak attack?
Yeah, so you level. Yaz only level 3.
I think level 4 is 2d6.
Yeah, at third level it's 2d6 sneak attack if he's straight rogue.
He is a straight. Well, he's a swashbuckler, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's subclass.
Yeah, so you should have an extra d6 sneak attack die.
Oh, that might be
I know.
my bad then. I might fix that. Might be
Okay.
the
I
operative
didn't-
word. I'll fix it, don't worry.
Because your sneak attack increases every 2 levels.
I'll fix it right now, damn it.
Bonk. It looks
Core-
dead anyway.
It's pretty dead anyway. 2d6. There we go.
Whee!
Alright, is that the end of your turn, Grey, or do you want to move?
We still have an enemy on the ground, so I think he's gonna stay where he is for now.
Fair enough. Dewdrop.
Yes, sir.
Wait, does this
I'm
have
gonna-
any reactions? It doesn't.
I'm gonna
Opportunity
come
attack.
closer. And it looks like this thing has advantage, so I can shoot.
Sure. That's a hit.
Five. That's this. Plus... God, I hate falling. This. And I'm gonna use Cotton's reaction on it, so it's this.
Damn, dude. Getting all the buffs.
Damn, bro.
It's still alive, though. But
Damn.
it's barely staying alive. Help!
Cotton is gonna
Help!
bite.
Help! Help! Help!
Oh, why is it screaming for help? That's so awful.
15's a hit.
Yeah.
But it's ugly as hell, so it gets no mercy.
Oh, I see how it is.
Five.
Oh, Cotton, how do you want to do this?
Yay! I got no idea. Let me look at the picture one more time. It's gonna bite in its hind leg and just make its way.
Cool. Cotton bites the hind leg of this thing, and this thing looks like it's going to try and run away, but Cotton rips at an artery,
Oh my god.
and this thing just keels over from the shock and the pain. Dead. That's the end of combat.
Yay.
You guys can search these things if you want, or whatever.
I'd like to poke around at this one with my sword, but not touch it because it's decaying.
I would like to look at the body of the person that's laying here.
Or
Psych, you're in darkness, way.
Yeah, I was about to
Goddammit.
say, you'd love to, but it's super dark there.
I'm gonna wander over here, stab my sword in the ground, and then wander over out of the darkness.
Cool.
So I'll just take it off for now.
Fair enough.
Boink.
The boink, boink. Oh yeah, they're definitely dead. Or
Hey, Morrow.
re-dead.
What's up, Buttercup?
You know when I said strange times? And I'll just gesture wildly.
It gets stranger by the day.
What does
What does tomorrow do?
what's the corpse in the middle look like?
It looks like a dude, like just a random traveler. He has a
Oh.
pack. He has a possibly a traveling merchant. He has a pack.
This poor sod needed more guards. Or any at all. Do you think it would be immoral to check his pack?
Well, we need to check for ID to return him to his family.
I'll look in the guy's pack.
Okay.
Me and Cotton are gonna start dragging these things off the road, so if the caravan comes, there's nothing on the road.
Okay. Roll a d10 and tell me what it is.
It is a 4.
Oh, okay. You find 13 copper pieces,
Wow.
a pair of candle clocks worth 1 gold,
Wow.
and some garlic.
Well, this guy was prepared for fighting vampires, but not whatever these were. Hey, Morrow, do you want the garlic?
Next the clock, I can make it into some gold if you want.
Aye, as you were.
Good.
Why are you backing away?
Because I need to go pick up my spiritual weapon.
Nice shooting, Gray. You took that other one out like it was nothing.
Gray may be muted again.
He's
Dog
he's
go
looking over
bork.
the body and just surprised that his arrow went through.
Would you like to make an investigation check on the body and the pack?
Sure.
Roll investigation. I forgot to make a secret roll, but I'm going to make you roll. Alright.
That's pretty good.
You find a merchant's hidden compartment in his bag.
Wow.
Roll a
I think I've done
d10.
this before.
It has more garlic in it. He was a garlic merchant. That's a 3.
A 3. You find 1,200 copper pieces,
What the fuck?
50 silver pieces,
Oh my god.
a metal whistle, and the journal.
Does the whistle look like anything?
Looks like a metal whistle.
He'll pop that in his pocket, look at the journal, and divide the 50 silver by 4. So
That'll go up to about 12 silver, with some left over.
12.5. But you can't have half a silver.
You can in coppers.
12,000 of them. That's a very hefty hidden compartment.
Someone just gets one less a silver piece.
I'll take that sacrifice. Oh,
I'll-
it hurts, but I'll do it.
We're not done yet. We've got 1,200 copper pieces.
I'll say the 1,200 copper pieces are in a jar, and the jar is labeled anniversary fund.
Oh no!
How much is that in gold?
We
That's
should probably
12 gold.
That's 12 gold.
Fuck.
Do you want it converted to gold?
Well, it's
Yeah.
in copper pieces.
But through the power of Vulcan, anything's possible.
I'm just going to say a quick prayer for this poor soul. But you can go about your business while I do. It's not particularly important.
No, he needs buried.
Lo, there do I see my father, there do I see my mother, and my sisters and my brothers. Lo, there do I see the line of my people, ancestors of old. They do call to me, they bid me take my place among them, in the battlegrounds of Baal, where a warrior may live forever. I'll put some prayer beads back in my pocket.
Ooh. A devout Baal believer.
I'll look at the others and be like, no, now I know what you're thinking. Baal is the god of murder, but I had certain relatives who worshipped him, and I just kind of picked it up. It's tradition, even if I don't particularly believe it myself.
Aww.
What are you up to, Dewdrop?
I'm still dragging bodies off the road.
Ah, very... Actually, been a bone, so it's not too hard. I'll just help you out with that.
Yay. I'm doing a job.
Alright. Anything else you guys want to do with this area? And this totally random encounter?
I'm
Shane,
gonna
we
take the copper.
should probably bring the body back to the nearest town so that the family can receive it and bury him proper.
Okay.
It's not like we're not traveling with a caravan full of people that could.
Morrow converts the exorbitant amount of silver into gold and gives
Oh my
it
god,
to you guys.
money making.
Not
So
silver,
we each
copper.
get 3 golds.
And you guys meet back up with the caravan in the evening and make your way. The nearest town from here, well, on your way, would be, well, the nearest town is Barford. Do you want to split up from the caravan and head there first?
Oh, well, we're supposed to be guards.
Then we ask for permission.
I can't think of anything that I would particularly need to do there, but if you fancy the trip.
I thought
Then
we were
again-
getting rid of the body.
Yeah, we should drop the body off. If anyone knows them, they can call family to come pick him up.
But they could also do that from the big town.
What if
Or
there's
like
more of
either
those
spot.
creatures on the road as well? I don't think we should abandon the caravan.
Okay. I mean, we could just keep traveling with the caravan until we reach the destination and do it there.
Yeah, we'll go to Exeter, I
Um,
think, and then.
But I don't know how bad that body will get during that travel.
If only a cleric knew spare the dying.
Yeah, but no one plays clerics.
Well, why don't you guys vote in chat? Put a B for Barford and E for Exeter.
E.
E. I'm just thinking of that one meme song.
Sure. We'll follow.
Alright.
Sean Gray for the lower power.
How dare you think of doing the right thing?
A lower class system. They can
Alright.
pick them up from E.
The caravan continues, and yet another meeting with Crawford of Witten.
Oh, Jesus.
Heard about your little run-in with them undead types. Nasty business.
Certainly was. It was good Grey here spotted them before they could get the drop on us.
Ah. Well, glad to take care of it. I hate messing with undead. Nasty, smelly creatures.
I feel like we should have kept one of them alive for questioning because that's probably not the last of them we're gonna see.
You said they're gnolls, right? I believe
Yeah.
they probably only speak gnoll. Do you guys speak gnoll?
No.
I do know.
I mean, I could talk to them. I speak gnoll, but it's probably not too much of a bother. I mean, if we really wanted to talk to them, I'm sort of at Krasny. You right, Krasny? Fuck off, Crawford. Yeah, Krasny's alright. Krasny could probably talk to it.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Trouble in paradise. What happened between you two?
Nothing, he just doesn't like my type.
Your type?
My type, yeah.
You mean like tall or?
Oh,
Elf?
why don't I tell you a story?
I like story.
We're listening.
Gather round the fire, children, and I'll tell you a nice bedtime story to whisk you asleep. There once was a dashing young gentleman by the name of Bill. Bill was, well, away from home, because home stinks and is full of ugly people. So Bill heard about this wondrous land and decided to emigrate there for business reasons. Upon moving to this wondrous land, Bill sipped from the finest cups and the finest wines and the finest people in all the land. And, upon occasion, Bill would help out those lowly, unforgiving people with their problems in exchange for a minor fee. There was this one such person that Bill met. Let's call him Devantis. That's a nice name, right, Devantis? This heroic lad was a hero. Could you believe it? A genuine hero. Nothing like Bill. Oh no, people like Devantis would hate Bill. Just like Krasny would hate Bill. Just because Bill is Bill.
Oh.
But this Devantis was in a quite an unfine state. Because Devantis was too strong for his britches. Devantis was too powerful for the people around him, so the people around him betrayed Devantis. And lo and behold, this hero became one of the unforgiven, despicable people that Bill usually does deals with. Devantis was ready to die, ready to be killed by the people he helped. Oh, woe is him, is it not? So Bill, being the kind man he is, said to Devantis, "Oi, mate! This sucks, but it could be better. I'll tell you what I'll do for you. I'll help you get your revenge on all these nasty people who done you wrong." Devantis said, "Okay. In exchange, I'll give you everything I have." So Bill met with the king of his kingdom, let's call it Witten, and had a lovely party. A right rager, lasting 10 days and 10 nights, until everyone in the kingdom couldn't move or party no longer. This party drew the ire of many other places, of the kingdoms around this Witten, as they wanted to party like that too, but they didn't want Bill to party with them, because when Bill parties with them, things get a little messy. So the hero's friends trapped Bill in a big old floating box for 1,000 years until Bill was let free by a giant man and a cowgirl.
Oh,
But that's why Krasny doesn't like Bill, because Bill parties too hard. Bill is me, by the way. I'm Bill.
I thought your name was Crawford.
Bill. Replace Bill with Crawford, and then you give an entire story. Crawford of Witten.
So you're over 1,000 years old?
Well over that, but yeah.
Gods. You've seen much of the world then, I imagine.
Not really. I spent most of that time in a big box in the sky.
Shame. How come you live so long?
Well, this body is sort of fake. My true body is somewhere else. As long as my true body exists, I can't die.
A good story. You almost had me there. Come on, there's no way that you're over 1,000 years old.
Is it so strange when elves can live to over 700? What's a man living to 1,000? What's a man living to 2,000?
Well, that wouldn't make you a man.
Most men live to about 50.
Most men are weak mortals. I am a strong, not mortal. Some might even call me devil.
A
Yeah,
devil.
This is the body you chose to inhabit.
Would you prefer my real body? Be careful you don't swoon.
Nope.
Now, this is just a form I choose. It's not that I'm inhabiting someone's body. This is just a spiritual form made from spiritual stuff that I formed together in order to give me an appearance. I choose this form because people tend to underestimate me, and that gives me power.
You're being very open with us. Do people not normally hunt devils?
They can try to hunt me. They will not succeed. And those who do try to hunt me, I slaughter. It's rather fun.
And why are you telling us all this?
Because you asked.
Tell anyone who just asked.
Yeah. most people don't ask me who I am or where I'm from because they see me and see some old beggar. No one cares about the life story of an old beggar. No one looks twice at an old beggar. But an old beggar knows many more secrets than we realize.
Can great insight check him?
Sure.
Nope, he's missed. Yeah, this is legit.
No,
I've
Grey
never
may
heard a
not
truer story.
insight. You're a scary man, Crawford.
I'm not that scary when you get to know me. I just like to have fun.
I didn't think someone like you would travel by lowly carriage.
Why, yes, I could just teleport to whatever destination I do see fit. The lives of mortals are far more entertaining than just going wherever I need to go. What am I going to do when I get there? Sit around, party, fuck? Like, I'd rather just be here on the road watching you squirm. It's actually more interesting. It's the same reason Krasny doesn't just fly to places. Or that Dexy doesn't teleport. Well, Dexy has her own reasons, actually. You should ask her. But, why else would beings such as us do what we do with mortals other than for the entertainment value? Hold on, you don't realize what Krasny is, do you?
No.
Perhaps you should ask your small fairy friend. I'm sure he can enlighten you.
As a
That's-
demon too.
For that conversation, I will bid you adieu, as I would like to watch it from the sidelines from over there. Have fun.
Everyone looks at Dewdrop.
Do I remember if I'm allowed to say what he is?
I'd never roll insight on yourself. Roll insight on Krasny.
24.
I don't think he particularly cares. It's just that he doesn't advertise it himself because, like Crawford, no one asks. But to people who matter, it's who he is obvious.
So everybody's just staring at me.
Sigurd is.
And I say like, what?
Well, care to elaborate?
Nothing fancy. It's just a dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah.
What?
Like a real dragon or like a dragonborn?
No, a dragon.
I suppose it makes sense he has dragonborn guards. Why is he choosing the form of a tiefling?
Not really. I mean, I wouldn't say it's tiefling.
Yeah, as
They
far as
normally
you're
Very draconic.
as far as you're aware, his form isn't a tiefling so much as a draconic person.
Ah.
But it could easily be
just-
mistaken for a tiefling.
Huh. I'll look at Morrow and say, strange times.
Very strange indeed.
It's just easier to travel in a smaller body.
Not if the bigger body has wings.
But that draws attention.
Good point.
And there's also ethic. How you arrive where you have to arrive.
How did we end up in such strange company?
With a dream.
No other strange dreams yet.
Quite weird. Well, anyway.
I can't believe I left my cozy life in Mattermeadow to travel with a devil or a demon or whatever other strange thing Crawford may be, a dragon, a fairy.
That can draw your face, and I'm gonna hold out the picture.
And a bunny person.
At least
I'm gonna-
Grey is another human.
I'm gonna
Why
flip
do you
over
only
to
say
the other
grey?
page.
Oh, and
What?
Morrow, of course.
Gonna take a sip of my water.
Is it quote
Mhm.
unquote water, or is it water?
It's water.
Mm,
What else would it be?
Dunno, you tell
water.
us.
It's just water.
Water.
Flavored water.
What time of day is it at this point?
It's night. It's most people are, or most of the merchants are sleeping.
Ah.
Did we have to do night shifts for?
Most of Krasny's guards are taking care of that.
Okay. So me included.
Yeah, aren't we Krasny's guards at this point?
Technically, yes. You're employed by the caravan rather than Krasny himself.
Okay.
I'm going to take a night watch anyway. I need some time away from everyone to clear my head and think.
You wanna take Cotton with you?
I won't say no. Cotton is very cute, and I'd like the company.
He's also very fluffy. Okay, I'm gonna send Cotton with him to keep company.
All right. Morrow.
Yes.
That night, you have a dream
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
that requires your interaction.
Oh no.
Oh.
So I'll drag you
Yeah.
off into a separate VC to have it.
Bye, Morrow.
Oh no.
Da-na-na-na.
Oh, now.
Hello, Morrow.
Morrow has a heart attack and dies.
Nice. Okay. You're back home.
Oh no.
And you're going about carrying out what you remember to be the last order that was given to you before you'd driven out your house.
Yes.
And before you go down the street that leads you to your target, you hear a hum. Like a hmm, hmm, hmm. It's a beat, a constant hum that goes doo, 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 over and over again. What do you do?
Can I see or hear where it's coming from?
Roll perception.
Oh god. Come on, Jake. You can do it. Here we go. Come on, Jake. 12.
The sound
Hmm.
seems to be coming from south from outside of town. And when you
Okay.
look around, from all the various other people, the thralls, the servants and slaves, and any other vampire who might be walking around, you seem to be the only one who can hear it.
Well, this doesn't seem good. I better go investigate. I'm going to rush as fast as my little legs can carry me all the way to the sound.
You keep on heading south, further and further south. But the sound doesn't appear to get any closer. How far are you willing to go?
See, this is where Giffy's bad at distance. Is 3 miles a lot for a man? Is 3 miles not very much?
3 miles would
say
probably
like-
be about half an hour, maybe, at most.
Okay, I'd say like an hour to an hour and a half minimum.
Alright.
Like 6-ish miles.
Roll an insight as you try to focus in on the sound.
Oh no. More machine. Let's stop it again. 17.
You've been running for a while. You're not tired, you're just annoyed. No matter how far you run, the sound doesn't feel to be getting closer. So you kneel down in the dirt and meditate for a bit. You focus in on the
Okay.
sound and listen closer. And then, when you open your eyes, you realize you're staring at the peak of the mountain. It's far away from where you're from, but you realize that's where you need to get to.
Okay.
What do you do?
Do I recognize anything about the mountain? Like, is it snowy, like a volcano, anything like that? So I know roughly what direction to go.
It's not a volcano, it's just... Out of the 3 main peaks, it's the middle one.
Okay. Okay. Oops. Okay.
And do you choose to continue towards the mountain? Or turn
Yeah.
back?
Let's see how far I can get.
As you get up to move back towards the
Yes.
mountain, you wake
Yeah.
up and it's morning.
Okay.
And I'll slide you back into general chat.
What if I do it first?
Huh. Hey!
Oh, quick, we have to stop talking about them. Normal stuff.
Normal stuff, normal stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
The halls of Valhalla at the end.
cook cupcakes and stuff.
I'd like to go on my own night watch to go acquire some fresh water.
Some water.
Some fresh
I hear the water here is
water.
quite nice, so I want to get like a canteen full of it
Mm.
Are
alone.
you gonna dismiss me from my watch?
Do you want dismissed? Because I'm fine with letting you see me walk away.
I mean, if you
I'll
fancy.
ask you if you want to go to bed or if you want to stay up. Which one? What do you want? Would you?
I can't survive without sleep, Morrow.
Neither can I. But it's if you're tired yet.
I'll sleep. You take watch. Catch you in the
Okay.
morning. I'm gonna
Okay.
wrap up snug in the wolf skin.
Just there.
And Cotton is
Looking
just gonna lay next to you.
Massive fur.
I'd like to tell Cotton to keep an eye out while I go for like, I don't know, an hour to go get some fresh water.
He's gonna listen to you.
Good, good.
King
Alright.
Gray, keep an eye out.
Oh, sure.
I mean, they just encountered Knowles and their party members going off by himself, so he's probably gonna watch him just a little bit, as far as he can see him anyway.
Well, you don't have dark vision, and he does, so...
Sure does not.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So it's
Not
not
having-
super far.
Cringe.
It's like he disappears maybe 60 feet outside of the camp, and you're like, yep, he's gone.
Yep.
There you go.
Bye. Yeah, I'm just going to acquire some fresh water.
I mean, if you
That's
if you
cool.
if you're trying to follow him unsneaky, like you can light a torch, but
Not very sneaky if you're following someone in the dark with a torch. That's,
No,
that's
Gray.
so unsneaky.
what's Gray gonna do?
Oh, he's not gonna do that. He might look to Dewdrop and be like, you should have Cotton follow after him in case he gets
I mean-
ambushed by Noel.
Dewdrop is sleeping. It's just Cotton there with them. And he got told to stay here and sit and have a watch out.
Would he can? Okay, Gray's just gonna try. He's gonna look at Cotton and be like, "Hey, do you understand me?"
Cotton licks its eye. It doesn't need to.
So gross. Every time you do that, it's unsettling. Like it's never failed to be unsettling.
It opens its mouth in what could be considered a grin.
You're sending me mixed signals. I feel like you understand me, but you do things on purpose to upset me. Okay. You should go follow him, because I can't see. Just
Ooh.
in case there's Noel, come rushing back, wake us up, we'll go get him.
What does Cotton want to do?
Can I roll a d20?
Sure.
No.
The dice will decide.
Okay,
The Senate will decide your fate.
So every odd number would be he stays, and every other number is he follows sneakily.
Well, Moro, you are on your own, man.
Oh no!
Get that water.
Yeah.
He's just going for water. Why is everyone so concerned?
Is it wrong to
Then
want
we
to look
never saw
after
him
my
again.
party?
Alright.
Gray sighs. He's like, man, if you had gone Cotton, I have all of this leftover meal that I wrapped up. Could have shared it with you.
He farts.
Oh, that's so gross! Gray's gonna get up and go away.
It's like a nasty dog
Kid.
fart.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh.
I love Cotton so much.
Oh, Cotton's the best character. So much better than Fiadra.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
The fat
Mean.
owl.
Oh!
That doesn't sound like an owl.
It does sound like Fiadra though.
It does. It certainly does.
What would you like to do after that, Gray? Go to sleep?
Yeah, he's just gonna go to sleep. That's his extended effort for the evening.
Alright. You also have a dream.
What?
And I will
Oh,
discuss your dream in private.
Oh no.
But if we all go in there, it's not.
Now we can talk about cupcakes.
Well, well, well. Look at you having a dream.
Oh no.
You, in your dream, you're dreaming about having some trust issues with the people around you. And it reminds you of your past and what happened in that one town where you caused a robbery to go wrong. You think about your friend who trusted you and you betrayed. And then everyone around you, as you are trying to follow your friend, trying to catch up to him, possibly to say something, you notice the people around you are all wearing masks. A lot of them the same mask. It all seems to be a variation of 7 different masks. What do you do?
Does he realize he's dreaming? Or does this feel real to him?
It feels somewhat real, but you can roll a insight check on yourself.
I'm gonna insight check just because I'm not sure if he's acting on instinct or because you know how in your dreams you'll do things that you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll roll an insight.
Ooh, you're not sure.
I feel like Gray's just bad at everything.
This
I
could
don't
be
know
a
if he'll
dream.
actually be good at anything. All right. So, how should we do this? Should I have him just act on instinct, or
However you want.
he just would walk up and try to take off the mask and see who's under it?
You take the mask off a random civilian, and as you take it off, their form, their visage, turns into a man hidden behind a brown cloak. You can't see his face as it's hidden by the darkness. And as you take off the mask to reveal this form, it fades away.
Do they all fade away, or just him?
Just him, but you've taken the mask off.
Is the mask still in his hand?
Yeah.
He's gonna put it on.
You put on this mask, and you feel different. You feel higher than before, like elevated emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a crowd of people, but what was once a crowd of just random folks are now a crowd of targets, marks, rich people ready to be pilfered from. You can see possibly the best way to steal from one person, or the best way to slip something into someone else's pockets. You see the eyes of an expert thief with that mask on. What would you like to do?
Did his friend disappear out of reach? Like, was there a closing? Or would it make sense for him to investigate him if he wanted to find him among everyone? These mask.
He's not entirely out of reach, but if you want, you can roll a investigation check or a perception check, whatever you want to choose.
Let me check. Okay, looks like they're the same, so.
It's hard to see him through the crowd, but you have an idea of where he might go. So you follow your instinct.
Mm-hmm.
You follow the ideal path the mask shows you. And you eventually come across your friend, missing both of his hands, and with a mask tied around his face, different from the one you're wearing. It's sort of like a voodoo mask. Strange. You're not sure what to make of it. It's extremely foreign. What do you do?
Can he take off his mask? Not his own mask, but his friend's mask?
As you approach
He's gonna reach out
to try and take off your friend's mask, what was once a missing hand turns into a shadowy claw and extends to grab you and forces you against the wall. You did this to me, and now I'm paying for your mistake.
Ugh. Does he wake up?
Do you want to wake up?
Yes, that would scare him.
Okay. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Alright.
You're still asleep.
Oh, fuck. This isn't going too well.
I'm going to find you. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. But our debt will be settled in the future. And then you wake up.
Oh my god.
Now I'll move you to the others.
Oh, no, okay.
We don't talk about that.
Cupcake.
Yes, cupcakes, red ones.
The night goes off without any more important or harassing dreams. And you all wake up in the morning. Some of you feeling refreshed, some of you feeling anxious.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. They're back.
Just in time.
Gray just looks exhausted in the face.
How was everyone's night? Everyone have a good sleep?
How was your water journey?
Brilliant. I've got lots of water, see, and I'll gesture the barrels of water we now have.
You filled up barrels of it?
Fresh, clear. I was going to say mountain water, but there's no mountains.
Well, I had a good night of sleep, but Gray, you look worse than well. Are you fine?
Your dog farted.
He's not a dog, but he does that sometimes.
Yeah, he's just a bitch.
Isn't he the cutest? You know, I'm gonna rub his fur all over.
He's a strange specimen, that's for sure.
But
But we what?
we love him.
There we go.
Where did you get barrels of water? The nearest river is hundreds of miles away.
Through Vulcan, anything is possible.
I'll take your word for it.
What do you trade for that kind of thing? That doesn't just
Well-
come for free.
Devotion and spreading his word and law. Would you like a flyer?
Gray's like, sure, I'll read a flyer.
Yeah. You're gonna get a flyer.
He accepts a flyer.
Shall we
I
set
know you're
off
part of
then?
their religion.
Gray's not particularly religious, but
You're one of us.
Oh no. I
You're
mean, I'm
one
also not-
of us.
I'm also not really religious.
Yeah, but that's fine. You'll get religious in your own time.
I'm sure I will.
All ready to go?
Ready to
Yeah.
move when the caravan does.
I mean, we have to move a little bit before them
Ahead.
because we are scouting. You know.
Sure.
Exactly. Don't forget to take your water barrel.
I'm what?
I don't think I can lift a barrel.
Don't worry, it's a little barrel for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna take it. You thought
Like a
about
shot
that.
glass.
Put it on one of the carts and leave it with the others.
I mean, assuming that they have room and don't mind.
Alright. You guys continue your journey to Exeter. No issues on the road. No random encounters. Except for Bird.
Uh-oh.
It
A bird?
shits on Sigrid's shoe
On my shoe?
and flies away.
That bird really seemed to hate you.
That is your
Well, that's
random
just kind of
encounter.
shitty of it.
I would like to prestidigitize my shoe.
It works.
I'm gonna draw it Gray today on the way.
You just draw a black silhouette with the words temporary written in the middle of it.
Perfect.
Oh, I think it looks great.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would.
Gray.
That drawing is really true to life.
I'm giving it my best.
You guys arrive in Exeter, and you'll find out what that place looks like next time.
Wait.
Aww. Is
Next
it over
week
already?
at 10 p.m. 6 p.m.
10 p.m.
I
Oh,
started
God.
No, you're making me do it again.
it.
Wait, 1 p.m.?
No, 6 p.m. and next week, next Saturday.
Wow, I don't know if I can make it at 1 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah,
It's
one
6
time might be a
p.m.
bit tricky.
You know, with all of my
Six?
busy schedules of stuff and things,
But it's 6
Mm.
p.m. Damn you!
can we? I think we're gonna have to start at 10 this next week.
No. Okay.
It's 3 a.m.
All right. I'll catch you guys next week. You can think about what I've told you individually or as a